rivalry, it dates back decades, but there's been more importance placed on it in recent years. It's been the season opener for each of the past 7 years, and both teams, the players, the coaches, they admit having this game as the opener, that gets them through those really dog days of fall camp.
Well, there was a time where these two teams were in the same conference, and then as they split, it gives them a chance to bring back that rivalry and kick off the season.
Absolutely. Let's get a look at the full series history. This is the 76th all-time meeting, but Dakota State's had the better of Dakota Wesleyan in recent memory. They've won 5 in a row. The last CWU win came in 2015. Believe it or not, their first matchup in 1908, a 6-0 Dakota Wesleyan win. Their last matchup last year, a 6-0 Dakota State win. And of course now, in addition to the rivalry, you have the Chamber of Commerce Traveling Trophy, which Dakota State has won all 4 years.
Well, and I think the chance for this game allows coaches to evaluate talent. They have no idea what they're going to get, and I think those scores sometimes reflect that.
And speaking of not knowing what you're going to get, we're going to have 2 brand new starting quarterbacks on both sides for this game. We'll have Zach Brooks for Dakota State, Austin Lee for Dakota Wesleyan. Who will win the battle of bragging rights in the Dakotas? It's the Trojans and the Tigers. The Ag Bowl is coming up next live right here on Midco Sports.
Oh, why am I so sore?
There are everyday moments.
We can totally do this ourselves.
That hurt.
And there are epic moments.
This'll be epic!
Yeah, that was awesome.
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics.
Hi, Doc. My knee.
We'll help you move forward so you can tell the story.
Shoulder, my elbow.
Live this week on Midco Sports, it's football season. Dakota Wesleyan and Dakota State tangle to kick off the GPAC season Thursday at 7. High school football on Friday. Century visits West Fargo in North Dakota High School action at 7. Then a doubleheader of South Dakota High School football on Saturday. It's the Midco Rushmore Bowl. Washington at Stevens at 6 p.m. Central, followed by Sturgis and Rapid City Central at 9:15 on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus.
This football season is going to be intense.
We really do great things on Varsity Sports Live.
And no matter who you root for, we've got you covered.
For more coverage and more fun, watch the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus. Friday, August 26th at 10:30 p.m. Central.
It's not your average highlight show.
We're going to get jalapeno team's business.
The games we know and love have a start and finish, but the people involved will always stand the test of time. It's their stories that illustrate why we love sports. And Midco Sports Magazine is your home for their dedication and inspiration. The new season of Midco Sports Magazine
premieres Monday, August 29th at 6:30 p.m. Central. You have a love for sports, and so do we. The Midco Sports Crew House brings live sports action coverage to viewers at home. From camera operators to sideline crew, audio technicians to timeout coordinators, on-the-job training for some positions is available. Plus, Crew House has flexible daytime, nighttime, or weekend hours if you're looking for the perfect side gig. Come work for our award-winning crew. Apply online at midco.com/careers.
Welcome back live. We are at Trojan Field in Madison, South Dakota. The 2022 football season is here. We got 3-4 more months of this, and we kick it off tonight in Madison. Dakota Wesleyan and Dakota State. The 7th annual Ag Bowl for Dakota State, and the rivalry renewed for the Chamber of Commerce Traveling Trophy between these two longtime rivals. David Brown alongside Curtis Riggs. They're going to look at Dakota Wesleyan's sideline. Head coach Ross Simple in his 10th season at the helm. You know Ross pretty well, don't you?
I do. Yeah. Coach Simple was a graduate assistant for us when we were all coaching at University of Sioux Falls on that run of championship games, and then he was able to branch out from there and make his own niche.
Part of those great NAI championship teams back in the early aughts, 2005, 2006. Josh Anderson, 14th season at the helm of Dakota State, former North Dakota State tight end. And what's interesting about both these head coaches is they're also both the team's offensive coordinators, play callers, and QB coaches.
Yeah, and both, especially at an NAI program, you have to be heavily involved in the recruiting. You have to be hands-on, and so both of them will come down to the academy and get a chance to get a taste of what some of the athletes are offering in the Sioux Falls area. So I see quite a bit of both of these guys.
Both these two more than a decade at the helm of their respective programs as the captains make their way out to midfield for the coin toss. And you'll see on the wide shots, there are no technical visitor bleachers or visitor standings. Brand new athletic complex being built here. In fact, this will be the last opener last season on this version of Trojan Field, this grass field. New turf field, new football stadium will be built. There you see there, that will be the new soccer complex. That's actually where Dakota State's going to play next season in 2023. And then directly to the right of that on your screen is where the new football stadium will be. We'll go north and south, whereas this field goes east and west. But a huge $45 million project, and it's finally coming to fruition here.
Well, and we were here, I think it was 4 years ago, and they were just starting to raise the money and talk about these ideas. And then you started to wonder, is it ever really going to happen? And the fear always is, when are we going to finally break ground? Well, they've done it. They've overcome that big hurdle. Now they can start to piece together all the plans and bring it all together.
So we will see a lot of moving and shaking here in Madison over the next couple of seasons as they rebuild their athletic facilities. The last meeting last season, well, if you like defense, you like this game. A couple of field goals from Keil Nelson, that was it. They were both in the first half, 6-0 Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan. This game delayed a little more than an hour by lightning out in Mitchell, but a defensive struggle, and both sides lamented missed opportunities. Even Dakota State in the win thinking, didn't need to make it that difficult for ourselves.
Yeah, and I think everyone's hoping that tonight, it's a beautiful night, great crowd. You hope we have some fireworks to go along with this.
And you look at last year's numbers, and both these sides, they want to get their respective offenses going. Dakota State, they had a stout defense. They led the North Star Athletic Association in picks last season with 21. But as far as the offense is concerned, both these coaches want to see a little more play action. They want to see a little more spread. They basically just, want to spread it out and, get the fireworks going.
Yeah, it's usually the place where you want to have some sense of, hey, we know we can hang our hat on this. But I think offensively right now, they really have no idea. There's a lot of questions for them, and that's why this early game is critical for them.
Jackson Patrick will kick off for Dakota Wesleyan. Back for Dakota State, Jay Skogerbo, one of the best defenders in the NAIA. Dakota Wesleyan, white helmets, gray uniforms. Dakota State, navy from head to toe.
This innovation that creates demand for our commodities will be critical for South Dakota agriculture.
Crowd's ready, we're ready.
Dakota State is proud to partner
and the 2022 football season's underway. Skogerbo takes it around the 3. Heads straight ahead and muscles his way past the 25-yard line out near the 27. And we will get a first look at the Dakota State offense and junior quarterback Zach Brooks. 6'2 junior, Germantown, Wisconsin. Took a majority of the reps last season. They had some injuries. Giles was hurt early in the season, but Brooks, a junior, kind of patiently waited his turn and is now getting an opportunity to have the keys to this offense.
Yeah, and I think always at this level, this first game of the season, your biggest question mark is how are we up front? It's really hard to assess in practice how good offensive line play is. You need game reps to do that.
Bit of a pistol set here. Ortman goes in motion on first down. And we got some movement up front. Early season jitters. And Dakota State will move back at 5 yards.
Yeah, and it looked like they were going to attack with some verticals right up the seam to go at Dakota Wesleyan to start this game off, trying to attack downfield.
Remains first down.
The official call was delay of game. There is the aforementioned Zach Brooks. numbers from last season. Brooks one of 4 quarterbacks to take reps under center for the Trojans in 2021. But he won the battle, and he is the guy here as we start 2022. They spread it out here on first down. Clean pocket going up top for Ortman. He's got him past midfield. Tice Ortman shakes by the defender. Play 1, touchdown 1.
Well, that's a way to change the tempo right there. I mean, get the fireworks going. They stayed with the same play, which usually when you false start, usually you change that, but they saw the right defense. They knew they could get Ortman. He runs really an under scissors route. He goes under the number 3 and then right down the middle of the field. There's no one there. They draw the safeties out, and he just outruns the middle linebacker.
Welcome back to South Dakota, Tice Ortman. Great player at Canastota High School, was at Northwestern in Iowa and transferred here this season. And his first play as a Trojan is a very nice one. Noah Karwacki for the extra point. And ladies and gentlemen, 20 seconds into this game, we have more points than last year, 7-0.
and it gives all the fans here a taste of college football again. And I think everyone's really excited to have this back.
Get another look at 5 wide, and Ortman, as you mentioned, it was the same play, and a nice pocket, just enough time for Brooks.
Yeah, and what they do on both sides is they run out routes that draw those safeties out, so then there's no one in the middle of the field. You hope your middle linebacker can get back there, but he had his eyes in the backfield. Ortman just goes right down the middle, and a nice throw. You got to buy some time with a play like that. He was able to drift in the pocket, just float it for Ortman to run under it. There's some more Ortmans coming through. With we had Canastota in for some team stuff, and there's some more still in the program there.
Well, despite the penalty on the very first lineup, couldn't ask for a better start if you're Dakota State. As you mentioned, they stuck with the same play, and it worked for them. And a big touchdown here, just 20 seconds into this one, 7-0 home team. And we'll see how the Tigers respond here as Karnaki will kick off. Trojans have won 5 in a row against the Tigers and already on a good start for number 6. This one taken by Nelson around the 10. Makes one move to the outside. Nice return there. Dakota Wesleyan will have good starting field position.
Yeah, he does a nice job breaking contain to get outside to that sideline. Good return, and now you wonder, is Dakota Wesleyan going to come out and try to go for a big play right away too here to answer Dakota State?
Well, we saw Dakota State's number 8. Here's Dakota Wesleyan's number 8, Austin Lee. He's technically a freshman, but it is his 3rd year in the program. He got the COVID year, medical redshirt last year after a broken collarbone. He has only attempted 16 career passes, but he won the battle in fall camp. Lee pumps. Goes to Nelson in the flat on the left side. Good room for Nelson, and he scoots out of bounds near the stick. Should have enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, and they were trying to go play action. They were trying to get a post down the middle of the field, but really a nice check off. That's one thing Coach Simple said is he's not a dynamic athlete at quarterback, but he's really smart with the football, and that's what they need.
Get a look at some of the starters for Dakota Wesleyan. You saw Nelson with the catch. Jamin Aaron, a great running back, one of the best in the NAI. And then up front, 4 of 5 returners on the offensive line for the Tigers. Hand off to Aaron. Up the middle, gets upended after a gain of about 4.
Yeah, and Aaron was a tremendous back in high school, really had a great career. It was a big signing for Coach Simple to get him. Now you look at them to just settle down and try to gain back the tempo of this game here.
Get a look at the starters on defense for Dakota State. 3-4 set, Cody Brown, Devontae Murphy up front. Good experience at linebacker, Bonilla in particular, for the Trojans. Some experience in the secondary as well. Lee rolling out, has to dump it off. Eludes one tackle and getting to the sidelines and near a first down. Another chance for Dakota Wesleyan to move the sticks as that one was caught by Aaron.
Yeah, and Dakota State brings a blitz off the edge from the outside linebacker. Dakota Wesleyan picks it up, but then the quarterback he runs out into the coverage. Lee just runs right into the blitz and then is able to dump down to Aaron.
They will move the chains. Another first down for the Tigers as they are in Trojan territory.
First and 10 for the Tigers.
Keil Nelson starting at receiver. He was a quarterback for them previously. So it's interesting to see him adapt to this position. When he caught that first pass, he looked like a quarterback running with the ball. You'll see if that changes as he gets more and more reps.
Pistol set here on first down for the Tigers. Gives to Aaron. Tries to cut it back, but he's only going to get maybe a yard.
Yeah, against these three-man fronts, you want to run right at them. You don't want to do counters. Counters allow those linebackers to flow and get to the ball. You want to go straight at them so then you can move those first three and get to those guys that are 5 yards back.
2nd and 9 for the Tigers on the Trojan 45-yard line.
2nd and 9 officially for Dakota Wesleyan. We'll spread it out this time. Trips left. Gives to Aaron, trying to follow his blockers on that left side. A little more chunk of yardage this time, but it'll be third down.
Yeah, and people might be wondering why they've shifted that tight end every play. And what they're doing is they're gaining an advantage with an extra blocker each time. And you don't see Dakota State shifting or moving to adjust. So Coach Simple is going to say, well, we'll keep doing it. We'll keep putting them over there, gain an extra blocker if you're not going to adjust to that.
3rd and 4. Dakota Wesleyan just 30% on third downs last season. They swing it out into the flat to Aaron, trying to find the edge. He's not going to get close.
It's just a long taking play. It's a screen, but you're asking your receivers to really hold their blocks for a long time there. And it seems like it's only 5 yards, but it just takes forever to get there.
So it's
4th and about 2 at the 39. It appears Dakota Wesleyan's going to punt.
Yeah, and this could be where that defensive mentality of Coach Simple, takes over, where he's, let's maybe punt here. You'll see him grow as an offensive guy to where he'll be like, yeah, we've had a pretty good drive. Let's go for this here.
It will be Nelson punting. Skogerbo waves for the fair catch. He'll take a bit of a Dakota State bounce, and they will start just outside the 15-yard line when we come back. Great start for the home squad. 7-0 Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan in the first.
The games we know and love have a start and finish, but the people involved will always stand the test of time. It's their stories that illustrate why we love sports. And Midco Sports Magazine is your home for their dedication and inspiration. The new season of Midco Sports Magazine
premieres Monday, August 29th at 6:30 p.m. Central. Varsity Sports Live is the place for more high school football. More highlights. More coverage. More reaction.
Yeah, we had that ready all week.
More fun. Watch the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus, Friday, August 26th at 10:30 p.m. Central. This game on Midco Sports is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Get back to your passion.
I can do that, I just don't want to.
Yeah, I heard the production guys talking about you being able to do that. I'm excited to see that one of these games.
One of these days.
Yeah.
Not until I'm fully ready, though. Get about 5 different parachute jumpers prior to the start of this one. And they weren't the only things falling out of the sky. Touchdown fell in the hands of Tice Ortman on the first play from scrimmage for Dakota State. We'll see how their second play goes here on their second possession. Brooks under center this time. And the handoff goes to Ortman. He'll churn the legs and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. So we get a look at the offense for the Trojans. Obviously, both plays have gone to Tice Ortman so far. Travis Rebstock, great tight end. McDermott, Silliason, Deshaun Keil led them in receiving last season. And then some inexperience. Both the tackles and the center are freshmen for this Dakota State offensive line. 2nd and 8 officially for DSU. Play action. That one's caught by Cooper McDermott. He'll have a first down.
Yeah, and they're just trying to draw those linebackers up, give a simple little play action fake, draw them up and hit that quick slant. The safeties are playing really deep for Dakota Wesleyan. So if they get those linebackers attacking, there's big void areas to throw in those windows.
Dakota Wesleyan defense, like Dakota State's, it's a 3-4 set. They lost a lot of great linebackers, including an All-American type in Cody Reichelt from last season, so they're going to have to make up some of that experience at that second level. Another play action, incomplete. Looking for Silliason.
Yeah,
and it might have gotten tipped.
Well, and that's a ball that he's got to be ready for. The quarterback's got to throw, but once again, simple play action fake, get those linebackers up, and he puts it right on the money. They catch him in a safety blitz here. He's got to be ready for that. That bounced right off his hands. One reason you see these defenses for small schools go to a 3-man front so much is it's easier to find linebackers than it is good defensive linemen.
Rolling out. Look at that catch by Deshaun Keil, muscling his way for a first down. He used his fingertips for the catch and used his muscle to gain the extra.
And Zach Brooks has looked really good. He's doing a nice job. He's putting the ball where his receivers have a chance to make a play. You see him, he's not holding it too long, getting rid of it, and a tight window there.
1st and 10, Trojans at the 43.
First catch of the season for Keil, veteran on this team. He's led them in receiving each of the last 2 seasons. Give up the middle. Ortman keeps the legs moving, gets about 4.
Yeah, really good patience there by Ortman, too. It wasn't a hole right away. He just kind of gave a little hop step and then was able to find something in the A gap to get his shoulders square and try to take on any defenders for positive yards.
Dakota State going hurry up, or at least giving the impression of hurry up here on 2nd down. Brooks will keep it this time on the RPO. And a nice job in pursuit and coverage by Dakota Wesleyan.
Yeah, and I think with Brooks, he's going to be an effective runner, but not a great runner. It's not going to be his strength, but he's going to do it well enough to keep a defense honest.
Brooks tackled for no gain on the play. 3rd and 5 for the Trojans.
And you can see Dakota Wesleyan from the defensive backfield attacking downhill very aggressively.
No gain sets up 3rd and 5. As the sun starts to set behind Brooks and the Trojan offense. All kinds of time for Brooks, and that one was too high.
That's probably the sloppiest throw we've seen. He just drops his elbow. They're running a tight end delay, and they want the back to swing out to get the linebacker to flow out. The tight end's going to act like he's blocking. Then he's going to release. But Dakota Wesleyan stayed at home. They did a nice job on that play.
Pass was too high for Travis Rebstock, veteran tight end. And Dakota Wesleyan does a nice job of holding, and they'll get the ball back here. Landon Rusink back to receive the kick from Noah Karwacki. And a fair catch in the sunlight. Dakota Wesleyan will get another chance to even the score when we come back. 6:40 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Dakota State.
Across the rural parts of our country, millions live hours away from advanced health care. But at Sanford Health, we believe world-class care belongs to every patient, everywhere. Because our patients are our friends, family, and neighbors. We're bringing quality care close to home, quality of life through better health. Not just for the future of our health, but for the health of our future. Here for all, here for good. Sanford Health.
The most coveted high school football player in South Dakota has chosen the University of Washington. I'm Jason Andera, and this is your CU Mortgage Direct Midco Minute. Lincoln Kienholz of Pierre, South Dakota is one of the most accomplished quarterbacks of all time. He's won back-to-back state titles as the starting quarterback for the Govs, and he's broken several school records along the way. As he gears up for his senior season, he was noticed by several big-time football programs over the last year. This spring, he trimmed his wish list of colleges to 4: Washington, Wisconsin, North Dakota State, and Wyoming. In June, he chose the University of Washington. He's excited to work with South Dakota native Keil Nelson, the new head coach for UW.
When I first got there, just sitting down with him in his office and talking to him just about like small town South Dakota stuff and moving to like the next stage, like moving to like your biggest opportunity. So they were like the first college that came and saw me throw, which was special to me.
Going to look at Dakota Wesleyan a little further. I mentioned Ross Simple in his 10th season at the helm, 4-7 last season. Preseason coaches poll has him 7th out of 11 teams in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. You've seen Aaron on offense, Ethan Engen great up front as well. But the notable losses, Reichelt and Kretschmar, that second level, those linebackers are guys they're really going to have to make up the production for.
Well, and I think when you play in a conference that's dominated by Morningside, Northwestern, you've seen success with Dordt, but Dakota Wesleyan had success early in his career as head coach, but they've really struggled since then.
4 straight seasons below 500 for the Tigers. Trying to right the ship here in 2022. The give is to Aaron. Good pursuit there by Dakota State. Cody Brown up front held his position and made sure other guys got to the ball.
Yeah, he did a good job. He was beat initially and just fought through the block, was able to get there.
Jesus Herrera, the ball carrier.
Officially no gain.
Second and 9 for the Tigers.
Sometimes, though, you can't take that as, oh, we got stopped for a 1-yard gain is all. You got to think we got to wear these guys down. Just continue to pound them, wear them down. It's going to be hot. I mean, besides the AC in this press box, it's hot tonight.
Hopefully the sun setting will cool things down just a little bit. They'll swing it out into the flat. And nice gain there for Dakota Wesleyan at near the first down marker. That catch is made by Jacob Oxos.
Yeah, it's really tough to see the numbers on those Dakota Wesleyan jerseys, but that's a screen pass. They're faking that run, already establishing the blocks outside, and then getting him the ball out in space.
That's a first down for the Tigers.
And they are going to give him the first.
Yeah, that was a favorable spot. It looked like he was about a yard short.
Oxos, who just caught it, 6'1" junior, led the Tigers in receiving yards last season. High snap. Aaron trying to bounce it out to the left. In pursuit is Skogerbo, and Skogerbo got that initial push to force him out of bounds.
Yeah, and to kill a zone game, penetration, but especially A-gap penetration. When you can get initial right away, make that running back have to bounce off his track, it really disrupts a zone running game. And that's coming from that nose guard position. They've got to do a better job of double teaming that nose guard. I think that's Devontae Murphy, a Sioux Falls, a Roosevelt kid. He's doing a nice job pushing through and creating havoc in the backfield.
Loss of 3 sets up 2nd and 13. Swing it to Aaron. Aaron eludes a couple of defenders. Gets about 5 to set up 3rd and long.
Great job by Aaron there. I mean, they had that sniffed out. They tried to fake a screen to the right side, come back to Aaron. Dakota State was there. He made 2 defenders miss.
3rd and 7.
And that sun is right in Lee's eyes there.
So he has the eye black on 3rd down. Good protection, going over the middle, tipped and incomplete. He was looking again for Oxos over the middle, but nice coverage in the secondary.
Yeah, and that is just that's a poor throw. It's hesitant, late, throwing when he thinks he's going to be open instead of throwing him open. He's got to throw that and let the receiver run to the ball rather than trying to throw right at the receiver. It really should have been picked off.
So after 1 first down, Tigers forced to punt once again.
That's the hard part. You got to remember, Lee, these are his first real game reps here. So that's his first big 3rd and 7, and he was trying to go for the big play right away.
High snap for Nelson, able to corral it, end-over-end kick. And Cooper McDermott gets the fair catch at the 35-yard line.
And the ball is fair caught by Cooper McDermott for the Trojans.
Closer look at the Trojans from Dakota State. Josh Anderson, more than a decade at the helm, 6-4 last season, part of the North Star Athletic Association, picked right in the middle of the pack this year. Brooks a key return, Gustavo Bonilla, one of their leading tacklers at linebacker. Jack Anderson was a workhorse back for them for several years, and Vanden Bosch, one of several linebackers who have since moved on and graduated. But the key they talked about in practice this week, their defense was good enough last season for them to do some things that were really special, but the offense wasn't up to that level. They're trying to get to that this year as Ortman tries to bounce off the left side, and Ortman made something out of nothing on that one. He ran about 20 yards to get 2.
Yeah, and I think, they have the makings of what we've seen, some decent skilled guys. Ortman, I think, can really be a catalyst for their offense. They've got to find a number 2 back to help offset a little bit. But really, it'll come down to how can they protect Brooks. And because I think he's shown he can make the throws, but you still got to be able to protect him.
We mentioned a little bit earlier, 3 of the 5 starting offensive linemen for Dakota State are freshmen. Brooks looking out. Pass is caught by Michael Hybertson. And he'll be right near the marker. Depends on the spot.
Yeah, and that ball was in the air for a long time there. He's having to throw from the opposite hash.
And they will give Hybertson the first, that extra effort.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line.
Ortman now moves to the left of Brooks. Delayed draw. Ortman bouncing it out to the left. Ortman's got a first down and a lot more. Tice Ortman. Fantastic run past midfield and into Tiger territory.
Yeah, and then the key to that run was patience. I mean, you look at him here, it's not the designed hole, and yet he's able to just keep going where there's no defenders. He just keeps going and finds more and more space, but it's the patience at the initial line of scrimmage that made that run.
From the Tiger 37-yard line.
Gain of 18 for Ortman. Brooks somehow was able to hold on to the ball. Dakota Wesleyan played that pretty well.
Yeah, and here's what you're going to see, Dave, a lot of as Dakota State in this game and future games. When they go zone read to where it's an option for the quarterback to keep or run, teams are going to take away Ortman. They're going to say, we're going to take away your good runner. We're going to make Brooks run the ball because we want to see your quarterback have to run this ball.
Somehow, some way they gained a yard on that play, so it's 2nd and 9 with under a minute to go.
You know, with Brooks, I mean, he's 6'2", 220. I mean, he's a big kid. He's going to fall ahead and get you a yard or 2, but he's not going to make many people miss.
They will give to Ortman this time. Got tripped up past the 35-yard line. Will be 3rd and medium.
But that's a nice job. A lot of coaches make a mistake there of trying to get it all back in one play. And they said, hey, 2nd and 9, we'll break this up into 2 plays here. And they get 4 yards and now have a manageable 3rd down.
There's 20 seconds left in the quarter. You almost wonder if they get this play off before they have to face the sun. And they do on 3rd down. Another good pocket for Brooks. Thrown to the outside. Pass is caught. It'll be a 1st down for Dakota State.
And really good job just taking what the defense gives. They throw that hitch out there. They have that all game long.
Cole Silliuson with the 1st down reception. And we've reached the end of the 1st quarter here in Madison. Tice Ortman on the very first play from scrimmage gives Dakota State an 80-plus yard touchdown. 7-0 Trojans over the Tigers after 1 here on Midco Sports.
Live this week on Midco Sports, it's football season. Dakota Wesleyan and Dakota State tangle to kick off the GPAC season Thursday at 7. High school football on Friday. Century visits West Fargo in North Dakota High School action at 7. Then a doubleheader of South Dakota High School football on Saturday. It's the Midco Rushmore Bowl. Washington at Stevens at 6 p.m. Central, followed by Sturgis and Rapid City Central at 9:15 on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus.
You have a love for sports, and so do we. The Midco Sports Crew House brings live sports action coverage to viewers at home. From camera operators to sideline crew, audio technicians to timeout coordinators, on-the-job training for some positions is available. Plus, Crew House has flexible daytime, nighttime, or weekend hours if you're looking for the perfect side gig. Come work for our award-winning crew. Apply online at midco.com/careers. This game on Midco Sports is presented by Montgomery's. Furniture, flooring, lighting, window treatments, and more, with locations in Sioux Falls, Madison, Watertown, and Aberdeen.
Excellent crowd on hand here at Trojan Field. 7-0 Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan as we start the 2nd quarter. Dave Brown, Curtis Riggs, our entire production crew welcomes you to the start of our live coverage of football season. You see where the future soccer complex will go here at Dakota State. They move the visiting bleachers kind of over to kind of a subset here on the home side, but it's filled up and we've got a very good crowd on hand.
Yeah, it's a great crowd. Beautiful night. I think we're going to continue to hopefully get some fireworks here too to keep this crowd involved.
Fresh set of downs here for the Trojans as they approach the Tiger red zone. Brooks going for the end zone in Austin Lake, and he's got it! Touchdown Trojans!
Yeah, and great catch by Austin Lake, who was a quarterback in high school at T. It looked like he was going to get picked off, but the defender he played the man and not the football. You can see the ball's thrown a little bit late, and the defender's in position. But instead, he tries to maneuver around Lake, and Lake does a nice job boxing out to make the catch.
What a fantastic grab by Lake as he saw the adjustment late.
Hey, Austin Lake in the state championship game, his senior year, played unbelievable. He had such a great game and led T to a state championship.
Extra point up and good by Karwacki. 14-0 Dakota State. And as you mentioned, for fans in South Dakota, Austin Lake, great prep career at T Area High School. And I remember him tearing up actually Madison on this field back when he was in high school. And of course, now the irony being he plays on this field for the home team.
Yeah, it's weird how, the circle of football just works. Congratulate Coach Craig Kleberg, who now is the athletic director there, and his longtime assistant Scott Fry's the head coach in T.
14-0 DSU as they score on the opening play of both quarters.
Dakota Wesleyan has been able to move the ball. They just can't sustain anything. And I think if we see Dakota Wesleyan getting another fourth and manageable situation, I think we'll see them go for it next time, because they're going to have to make a play to kind of get some momentum, because you see them just kind of hanging around. And games like this can go to where it gets ugly, or eventually someone makes a play, wakes you up, and gets you going.
Keil Nelson once again back to receive the kick from Karwacki.
It's surprising someone like Keil Nelson return a kick. Someone like Jackson Hilton you see on the roster, or some of these other speed guys. But Keil, though, they must feel really good about him carrying the ball.
Bit of a sidewinder that Nelson fields around the 5. Trying to find the right edge. And he'll be taken down around the 23-yard line.
Yeah, you just see him as contact's starting to come, he slows down. And that's always a sign of a quarterback. We're always, you don't really like that contact, so you idle down a little bit because you want to build up for the hit. You see that a little bit as he's running with the ball.
So we'll see how Austin Lee and the Tigers respond. As you mentioned, they've had some drives where they've been able to sustain some things. They've gotten past midfield a couple times, but they just haven't been able to get really anywhere near the red zone.
Yeah, and the third and manageable situations, they haven't been able to capitalize on those.
First and 10 as the Tigers down 14-0 here early in the second quarter. Here is Aaron trying to bounce it to the outside. He'll gain a couple.
And a nice job. Maxoni had outside contain, but Aaron was able to just run through the arm tackle. It's good to see Sony from Watertown staying healthy out there, being able to play. He's got a great frame. He's 6'4", playing outside linebacker. Really looks good.
Nelson going in motion. Give us to Aaron again. Aaron found a hole initially, dives forward near the 33-yard line, 3rd and short.
Yeah, and then that right there, that play shows that Dakota Wesleyan needs to keep running the ball. Even if they get 1 or 2 yard gains, keep running, because you can see the Dakota State defensive line starting to get worn down. They're standing up. They're starting to really get pushed back. That's when you know you got them, when you're able to do that. Then it opens up the play action pass and some of the other things.
3rd and 1. Aaron up the middle. He'll have the first down and more, keeping those legs moving past the 40.
Yeah, and Devontae Murphy gets a nice push, but he takes himself out of the play. I mean, he pushes so far upfield, he creates a lot of space for Aaron to just cut right underneath him here. And you'll see Murphy is starting to get a little tired here. He'll be the last guy down in a stance here. That's Coach Simple's got to identify that and really start to just go at that D-line.
Fresh set of downs at the 43.
1st and 10 Tigers from the 43-yard line.
Lee going up top, looking downfield. Pass is caught at the 20-yard line. They're going to say he was down before the ball came out. That's Jacob Oxos once again.
Yeah, a nice catch by Oxo, boxing out here, but Lee takes a shot here. You see right as he gets the pass off. Yeah, and this is why not everyone wants to play this position, because right there you see he gets sandwiched in between. Those are probably the easiest hits to take, though, because you don't even see them coming. Your body's relaxed. You just go right with it. And it always helps when you complete that pass, too.
Makes the shot a little easier to absorb. An opportunity here now for the Tigers. Aaron up the middle, shifting. Taken down near the 15.
Well, you really see with both teams, Ortman and Aaron, the horses of their offense, but what's that second option? We haven't seen that yet. Like, who else can run the ball for these offenses? Who's that change of pace guy?
We've seen a plethora of receivers on each side, but you're right, only a lead workhorse back. We haven't really seen a second bag, as we're going to have a timeout here by Dakota Wesleyan. And we will take a timeout as well. Dakota Wesleyan trying to cut this score in half early in the second quarter.
At Billing Jeep, we have heaps of Jeeps. On the lot, on the way, and being built. During the Make This the Summer event, lease a new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4 for only $499 a month with $59.99 due at signing. Use your trade equity as your down payment, or get 0% APR for 72 months with approved credit on a new 2022 Jeep Gladiator Overland 4x4. Can't find what you're looking for? Order it. Drive strong at Billing Jeep or BillionAuto.com.
This football season is going to be intense.
We really do great things on Varsity Sports Live.
And no matter who you root for, we've got you covered.
For more coverage and more fun, watch the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus. Friday, August 26th at 10:30 p.m. Central.
It's not your average highlight show.
We're going to get jalapeno team's business.
Pads are on the day. Let's go, man. Real football.
Oh, yeah! He caught that, guys! Yeah!
We started the college football season tonight. Tomorrow we'll start the high school football season. Great matchup up in North Dakota. Bismarck Century, West Fargo. Jody Norstead on the call. And then stay tuned later that night for the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live, 10:30 to 11:30 Central, covering both North and South Dakota. You can watch both the game and Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports and streaming on Midco Sports Plus. 2nd and 5 years, we resume play for Dakota Wesleyan. Tigers took a timeout, trying to capitalize on this red zone opportunity. There's Nelson in motion right to left. They throw to Nelson. Nelson makes one man miss, stumbles forward near the 5.
Yeah, and this is a great read by Lee, because there's a blitz coming right at him. And instead of trying to hold the ball and make something, just dump it right to the guy that replaced the blitzing linebacker. And he does a nice job getting the ball out to his receiver and getting a 10-yard gain.
I beg your pardon, that was Logan Furbach on the reception, not Nelson.
Ball is on the 5-yard line of the Trojans.
But first and goal at the 5. Jamin Aaron will get about 1 or 2. Here's your guy Maxoni in coverage.
Yeah, and Devontae Murphy makes that play, and he came out because his helmet came off. If I'm Coach Semple, I'd be going right back at, with an A-gap zone play here.
Jamin Aaron on the carry.
2nd and goal here.
Pick up with a couple. 2nd and goal from the 3.
Give this to Aaron again. Aaron close to the end zone, but not quite there. It'll be 3rd down.
And you got to think 2 downs here. I mean, don't feel like you got to get it right here.
Crowd starting to get loud on 3rd and goal.
This is where you really wish you had that downhill quarterback that could, in a wildcat look, run and take on a few blocks.
Lee rolling left, trying to find the edge, throws back, incomplete. Looking for Nelson in the left corner.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You're expecting them to come hard off the edge. The problem is the jack, the guy that's coming across the formation, he runs into the blitz. That's supposed to be the wide open receiver, but it's still a good throw by Lee. I mean, that's a catchable ball there. They should get that one. Now you're in a tough 4th and 1 situation.
4th and goal.
Yeah, the days of the old quarterback sneak are extinct, Dave. You don't see those anymore.
High snap, give to Aaron. Did he get there? Dakota State says no, and the officials agree. It's a 4th down stop.
Yeah, the problem here is you give the running back the ball at 7 yards. Well, Devontae Murphy, he eats up 4 of those yards because he pushes the center into the backfield, and now Aaron's already having to shift and dance to avoid that nose guard. You see him right there. Yeah, he's in the backfield and creating havoc. You know, that's where you just want to go up, get under center, let your quarterback try to dive in quickly.
So a golden opportunity there for Dakota Wesleyan, but Devontae Murphy in that front 3 wreaks some havoc. And now DSU will start at its own 1. And
yeah, really,
of course, you got to be careful here.
Yeah, one of the hard parts though about that quarterback sneak we talked about, a lot of teams don't even practice going under center anymore. And this could be a problem for Dakota State here too.
Well, Brooks is at least lining up for now under center. And he does try and just get a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, and it looked like they actually jumped a little early there. Maybe got away with one.
Zach Brooks on the quarterback sneak. Gain of a couple. 2nd and 8.
Give them 2 yards, so they're at the 3 now. Second and 8. Dakota State going right into the sunset. Hand off to Ortman. Ortman will get past the 5-yard line. A little more breathing room. It's 3rd down.
And, you know, they've done a nice job, what seems very slow pace. They've done a good job of putting themselves in a manageable 3rd down and getting out of the end zone enough to where they can throw a simple 3-step here and get a 1st down and have enough time to be able to read that progression.
Officially 3rd and 5.
Looks like a little bit of confusion here.
And Josh Anderson forced to call a timeout there, as you mentioned, off of that confusion.
Yeah, anytime you have receivers or anyone looking over at the sideline, holding their hands up, you never just want to run a play to run it. Make sure everyone's on the same page.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank card.
Nearly halfway through this second quarter, 8:20 to go. 14-0 Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan. As we mentioned, the Trojans have beaten the Tigers in this matchup 5 years in a row, looking to make it number 6. And it's been 4 years since the introduction of the Chamber of Commerce Traveling Trophy. Trojans trying to keep it here in Madison.
I mean, really, that's pretty amazing, you know, to win all those.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have your first half stats and highlights. We'll take a look at some scores from around the NAIA. And we will talk with Dakota State Athletic Director Jeff Dittman about all the progress going on here with the new athletic complex. Get some details about when things will be completed and constructed. But a lot of exciting things happening on campus here at Dakota State. We'll hear from him and all that coming up at the break. Now, Josh Anderson told us we can't verify or fact check it, but he claims that if you draw a line from North Dakota to Texas, this is one of the few teams, if the only team, that still plays on a grass field. Of course, that will not be true in 2 years.
I can definitely fact check that it has the highest crown for a field I've ever seen.
3rd and 5. Quick hitter. Dangerous pass, but it's caught by Darian Conrad for the first down.
Yeah, and this is Dakota Wesleyan's own fault here. They're doing what's called a cut corner. You see number 21, he's the corner. He's shooting in for what? There's nothing to attack there. He should be staying out with the receiver, and it's really a nice throw by Brooks, making Dakota Wesleyan pay for that.
The name Darian Conrad's familiar, transfer from the University of Sioux Falls in the NSIC. Makes his first catch as a Trojan, and it moves the chains, and now they're out at the 17 after starting at their own 1. Brooks got hit as he threw. Pass was high, looking for Keil, incomplete.
Yeah, and you always get lucky there when the quarterback's jumping, getting hit, and he throws still. You just hold your breath. Going back to that point about Conrad, though, I think both these rosters really have done a great job of getting transfer kids in. Kids that, maybe went to Northern State, or we saw Northwestern, SDSU, coming in to have an immediate impact for your program.
Conrad 5 catches, 50 yards for Sioux Falls last season. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. Pitch to Ortman. Good cut by Tice Ortman. Keeping the legs moving, gets out past the 25-yard line.
Yeah, really nice cuts there. You can see the defenders are running really high. He's staying lower than them, and he's able to just make them miss, not even really get touched.
That'll set up 3rd and manageable.
It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Trojans.
Officially 3rd and 1.
The 26-yard line.
Ortman bounces off one defender and gets a hard-earned first down.
Yeah, he has a great pad level where he's able to absorb hits and continue to fall forward. You see him, it's his patience, and then he turns it on, absorbs the hit, and is able to keep going. His strong legs. Dakota State, this is already a win. To get 2 first downs coming out from their own 1-yard line. Now you start to get a little greedy and think, boy, we could drive this ball, get a score before half.
Brooks. Pass is caught by Travis Rebstock, the tight end. Breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles. Gains about 7.
And good job by Brooks, not holding the ball too long, not trying to survey the entire field. Get your eyes set on your reads and get rid of that thing. I've always thought, quarterbacks have about that 3.5, 4 second time clock. At the NAI level, you really got to have about a 2.5 second clock. And you just don't get quite the offensive lines that you see at the bigger schools.
2nd and 3. Ortman tried to spin out of a tackle, but he's taken down in the backfield. Great job by Caleb Bashesky.
Yeah, and a play they desperately needed. And you think they had to waste that timeout on offense. They get a stop here. They may look to take a timeout to try to save some clock to get the ball back and get a score before half now. They're getting caught in a line change, though. Now the offense subbed, so they have to allow the defense to sub.
That's why the official was holding things up. 3rd down here. Brooks, quick hitter. That's caught by Derek Simmonsma for a first down.
And a great job by Brooks. He sees the blitz coming. They do a dummy cadence. They let Dakota Wesleyan show the blitz, and then they change their play, and he throws hot right where the blitz is coming from.
We have an injured offensive lineman for Dakota State on the field. Thanks.
Just a gentle reminder for all Ag Bowl sponsors, United Way raffle draw.
We will take a quick timeout here as they tend to the injured offensive lineman for the Trojans. A little less than 5 minutes to go before halftime. 14-0 DSU.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health.
The games we know and love have a start and finish, but the people involved will always stand the test of time. It's their stories that illustrate why we love sports. And Midco Sports Magazine is your home for their dedication and inspiration. The new season of Midco Sports Magazine
premieres Monday, August 29th at 6:30 p.m. Central. Hey hockey fans, mark your calendars. North Dakota Hockey Fan Fest, presented by Midco Sports, is back in the bowl at Ralph Engelstad Arena. Join us on Thursday, September 15th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. for a fun-filled evening. Enjoy giveaways, autographs, photo opportunities, interviews, activities, and more. Parking and admission to Hockey Fan Fest, presented by Midco Sports, is free and open to the public. We'll see you at Ralph Engelstad Arena on September 15th.
Miguel Tosado, 6'2" sophomore offensive lineman, got hurt on that last play. Wasn't able to put any weight on his left leg as he hobbled to the sidelines as they attend to him. And obviously wish him the best from an injury standpoint. Strictly from a football standpoint, this is something you talked about earlier. Just at this level, the depth is not there, especially on the lines.
Yeah, you know, at the NAI level, you really feel like you already are gluing together your offensive line because you're going to have inexperience in there. And when you have someone go down, you're talking about someone that probably has played zero college football coming in to take that spot.
Great numbers so far for Zach Brooks. 9 of 12, 166 yards, couple of passing touchdowns. As we resume play here, stepping up, and Brooks is taken down.
I mean, that just blows me away, though, Dave. They just lose one of their starting offensive linemen. It's first down, and they come out and they throw a five-step pass. Five-step where the quarterback's got to read the whole field. I mean, look at him. He's reading all the way down. He's not getting rid of it quick. I think Coach Simple on the other side saying thank you, too, that they're not running Ortman there and just continue to pound away at him.
Brooks' helmet came off, so Cameron McKeon, the backup QB, has to come in for at least this play. McKeon, number 3, takes the shotgun snap, hands off to Ortman, who spins out of one tackle, bounces off another, and once again, it's Tice Ortman making something out of nothing.
Yeah, great backs always make that first defender miss. I mean, that's really the difference between the good and great ones. And you see Ortman right here. He's like, I'm going to make you, and you all go for rides along with me here.
Brooks back in at QB.
Now, at previous, Dakota Wesleyan got caught blitzing here, just giving up simple hot reads.
See how they play it here on 3rd and 5. Brooks. Pass is somehow caught by Keil. Defender met him right at the point of attack, but Keil will have enough for a first down.
Brooks' pass complete to number 14, Deshaun Keil.
And the big thing here for Keil is coming back to the ball. For young receivers, a huge coaching point right there. Helping your quarterback continue to work back to that ball and make sure that defender can't get in there and knock it away.
Trojans now into Tiger territory past midfield. Remember, this drive started at their own 1. Brooks going up top, looking for Conrad. Incomplete.
Yeah, and nice throw. I mean, that's a ball that's got to be caught. They go double posts, and you're just reading that free safety. Does he take the inside post? Then I throw over the top. You see Brooks, he works back up in the pocket, has pressure. A tough one, but I'm sure Conrad would be the first to say he's got to make that catch. Yep, right in the breadbasket there.
But not a bad play call on first down, 2nd and 10 now. Brooks finds Keil again. And forward progress should give him another first, maybe 3rd and short.
Yeah, and he took a hard shot there too, Brooks. They did a nice job of using Ortman as a decoy there. They get Ortman out to the flats. The flat defender runs out with Ortman, leaving a big window for his receiver.
Brooks' pass complete for a gain of 9. It's
and it will be 3rd and short.
for the Trojans.
Josh Anderson will take a timeout here with 2:18 to go in the half. And Dakota State looking to add to it. And it looks like Brooks might be a little bit shaken up. He's kind of grabbing at that abdominal muscle.
Those hits start to wear on you.
But Brooks has been excellent in this game so far.
He has. He's really played well. I think he's done a nice job staying in that pocket. He's done a good job of not looking at defensive linemen. He's kept his eyes downfield. But the true test will be as this pressure continues. Usually what then happens is the play deteriorates too. The quarterback starts to look at the D lineman, not look downfield, and then you're late with your reads.
We mentioned Brooks, a guy who's kind of worked his way up in the system. Anderson was telling us this great story, just how a couple years ago there were 3 QBs, including Brooks, and he's like, I'm going to evaluate the other 2. He basically told Zach, you're not good enough right now. And then last season, when it was between him and Josh Giles for the starting QB, they gave it to Giles. Brooks ended up getting a majority of the snaps because Josh Giles got hurt. But this year he earned it. And he said, he's cliche as it is, he's one of those lunch pail kids who didn't give up, believed in himself, and used the negativity as fuel to be what he is today.
Well, and I think his strength right now is he really knows what they're trying to do offensively. So he's a step ahead of everyone else with his mind rather than his skill sets.
3rd and short. Ortman, they'll have the first down.
I mean, he just runs hard. He does such a good job of knowing when to be patient and when do I need to put my shoulders down a little bit lower and to get just a little bit more here to make sure we keep this drive going.
Ortman, 5'11", listed at 195.
Another DSU Trojan.
Maybe a little bit smaller than a prototypical running back, but as you said, he runs hard and he uses his pad level well.
Yeah, and he really has a lot of strength in his core. You can see that as he's running through defenders.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Brooks stepping up, tried to avoid a couple of hits, and he'll spin backwards and gain a couple.
Yeah, and we've seen that tonight. That is not his strength. You know, he needs to be a timing rhythm passer. You would like to see them incorporate a little more play action maybe and get him moving out of the pocket a little bit because you can see the Dakota Wesleyan line really pushing back that Dakota State offensive line.
Takes a big hit there at the very end.
85-yard line.
Brooks steps up, fires, incomplete. He was looking for Simmonsma, pass a little late.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good no call. I think the ball was behind him, it was late. The ball was actually by the receiver before the defender got there. You know, now it's can we get in field goal range possibly? I don't know what kind of kicker they have, but remember this drive started at their own half-yard line.
Well, their kicker is a transfer from South Alabama, Noah Karwacki. We've seen him kick a couple extra points. He has range. He's got YouTube videos where he kicks from 55, which is pretty much where they're at right now.
That is some recruiting there. I mean, that's some great insight by you and some recruiting by Dakota State, Coach Anderson.
Brooks, doesn't matter anyways. Cooper McDermott gets a first down and more. Breaking tackles, Cooper McDermott inside the red zone.
Yeah, and the problem, Dakota Wesleyan slants, and the offensive line just washes them down, and Brooks is able to shuffle out. And when he's able to do that, you'll see he has no one in his way. He has a beautiful window to see downfield and hit the wide open receiver.
Got a timeout here on the field with 52 seconds left in the first half. And as we've mentioned, if they can finish this off, it would be a 99.5 yard drive, and more importantly, it ate up a bunch of clock.
Yeah, I think it was 8 minutes, but I'm surprised they took a timeout there when you could just go up and spike it. The clock stops when you move the chains. Just go up, spike it. Let's save this timeout in case we need it for a field goal. But they opted, hey, our guys are gassed. They're tired. Let's try to get them a rest here.
And the key being that is their last time out here of the first half. So they could have saved it if they spiked it, but I guess they consider the fact being in the red zone, maybe they can get up quickly enough. But either way, they have to keep that in their minds now that if they need to stop it, you now got to spike it.
Yeah, and they're in that range now. Dakota Wesleyan's got to really decide, do we gamble and blitz? But if they blitz, they've got to come up and cover with their safeties. They've been blitzing and keeping their safeties back, and Brooks has made them pay by just dumping down to those hot receivers.
Brooks has been excellent on third down. He's been excellent all game long, but especially on third down. He's converted 3 third downs on this drive. They readjusted the clock, by the way. It's up to 55 seconds left here in this first half. From the 19. Brooks going for the end zone, high and incomplete. He was looking for McDermott. It sailed on him.
Yeah, and Dakota Wesleyan just came with a little twist. He had plenty of time to survey the field, but really good coverage by Dakota Wesleyan there. Still only took 6 seconds, though. I mean, plenty of time, great field position.
Second and 10 at the 19. Clean pocket for Brooks, stepping up. Brooks trying to run for it. Spins, taken down near the 15-yard line. Clock is running 40 and under.
Yeah, that's an absolute terrible decision by Brooks. I mean, he's got to throw that away. And you might say, okay, for a first or second year guy, but for as long as he's been in the system, he's got to know.
Third down. Brooks going to the end zone for Conrad. Did he catch it? Or was it picked? I believe they're going to say pick.
Yeah, there's the signal.
And touchback.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like he has it, and the defender just pulls it right away from him.
And what a break for Dakota Wesleyan. Looked like simultaneous possession. Take a look in the lower left corner. Couple of dueling 21s, and it's Hunter Cordell for Dakota Wesleyan who comes away with the interception.
Boy, they both have that as they're coming down. Dakota Wesleyan, though, continues to play with fire by having that what's called a cut corner. There's no reason why they would need that. You want him back in coverage, but yet he's letting the receiver get an advantage. Conrad just about made a great play, but couldn't come down with it.
So now with 19 seconds left, we'll see what Dakota Wesleyan's MO is here. And Lee's play action, he's going to throw for it. Dakota Wesleyan trying to get something. And Lee will run out of bounds with 12 seconds, 11. Clock keeps running. They finally stop it at 10. But
what? And that's a call of we're going to change the pace of this game. And nothing to do with Dakota State. I'm doing this so that we finally make a play. Let's do something to wake up this offense here.
They have some timeouts, so the field's open.
And that is the great thing about college football, too. You get that ball down the middle of the field, clock stops on that first down, you have your timeouts, you have the sidelines.
So Lee runs for a first down there. 10 seconds left in this first half. Ball on their own 31. Lee. Pass is caught. I believe DWU will use a timeout here, and they do, with 4 seconds left after the first down reception.
So if you're willing to do those two plays, what Dakota Wesleyan just did, then you have to be willing to say, well, now we're willing to throw one down in the end zone here. We're willing to give ourselves that shot for that Hail Mary pass play.
Catches by Jacob Oxos. We have an injured Tiger.
Timeout. Dakota Wesleyan, their second charge timeout of the first half.
Looks like a lineman for DWU. But it is interesting, even if this doesn't result in points, having the aggression and maybe trying to just gather some sort of momentum going into the break for Dakota Wesleyan.
And you know, I think we've seen their offense be productive. They just haven't finished drives. And the most demoralizing ones when you get stopped at the half-yard line. And then the other team gets the ball back, takes it all the way down the field, and consumes all the clock. Because the thing you want most is to get back out on the field and show everyone you can finish it. And you're seeing that sense of urgency now here with 14 seconds left trying to attack. Most teams would just come out, take a knee, let's go to the locker room, regroup, come out, and play a great second half.
Make sure to follow the results.
Now, Dakota Wesleyan will get the ball first coming out second half. We started the game off with that one-play touchdown by Dakota State.
That we did, and as we mentioned, college football tonight, high school football both Friday and Saturday. We got the Rushmore Bowl out in Rapid City. Sioux Falls, Washington against Rapid City Stevens. We'll also have Sturgis against Rapid City Central. Both those games around 6 or 9:15 Central, 5, 8:15 in Mountain Time on Midco Sports. You'll be doing that with Jason Andera.
Get the honor, the privilege. I think it's been an ongoing tradition for us, and it'll be nice to see Abraham Myers from Washington coming out there wreaking havoc. I think he's one of the best defenders in the state for Sioux Falls, Washington.
A.J. Kortemeyer, the left guard, is the one who's hobbling off for the Tigers. Kid from Custer, South Dakota.
I can guarantee both coaches right now, as they go into the locker room at halftime, they're looking at their depth charts on the offensive line thinking, who's next? If someone goes down, who's the next guy going in?
4 seconds left here in this first half. Let's see what Dakota Wesleyan decides to draw up. Pass is caught, but nowhere near the end zone. Nevertheless, some productive plays for the Tigers at the end of the first half, and we'll see if that gives them any momentum as they head into the second half, which, as you mentioned, they will receive the ball first.
Yeah, and those are good stat plays. You know, those and letting your quarterback get a rhythm. Now you just hope we can come out, we're a little more awake, we're ready to attack and try to finish some drives.
We are through 30 minutes here at Trojan Field in Madison, South Dakota. And it's the home squad with a 14-0 lead. Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan. A couple touchdown passes, one to Tice Ortman, one to Austin Lake. First half stats, the highlights and scores from around the NAI. Back.
Living with less pain means living at your best. But an action-packed life can wear your body down. Avera Orthopedics keeps you moving with total joint replacements for pain you don't have to live with. Find relief with the region's largest orthopedic physician team of specialized surgeons so you can keep moving forward. Avera, moving health forward.
Varsity Sports Live is the place for more high school football. More highlights. More coverage. More reaction.
Yeah, we had that ready all week.
More fun. Watch the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus, Friday, August 26th at 10:30 p.m. Central.
South Dakota's best high school volleyball player, Bergen Riley, struck gold. I'm Jason Andera, and this is your CU Mortgage Direct Midco Minute. O'Gorman senior Bergen Riley was one of just 13 athletes selected to the U19 Team USA volleyball team. She excelled. She was named the starting setter, led her team to a perfect 5-0 record, and was named MVP after winning gold in the tournament.
These last 2 weeks have been an absolute grind, It's been really hard, but it's all worth it in the end. We're getting gold.
Team USA's coach Jamie Morrison said Bergen has all the tools to be one of the top setters in the world.
You're looking for someone that can run an offense. You're looking for someone that can connect to the people around them. And for me, I'm looking for someone that can be a rock, that is going to constantly be themselves. And I think she is all of those three things.
This victory qualified Team USA for the 2023 FIVB World Championships, which Riley hopes to be a part of next summer.
Welcome back to Madison. 14-0 Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan. Here at halftime, David Brown alongside Curtis Riggs, and we saw some nice offense, honestly, from both sides, but Dakota State just had some more explosive plays.
Well, I think they're a little more comfortable with their quarterback and receivers. You can see them spreading the ball, a little better timing, but I think both teams feel really good about what they have at the running back position.
And defensively for Dakota Wesleyan, a huge interception at the end of that first half to keep this a two-score game. Let's get a look at our first half highlights. They are brought to you by Avera Orthopedics, and we can start right away. Zach Brooks, Tice Ortman, 80-plus yards.
And it's one of those plays where you're able to get your running back in a mismatch, and you see Ortman just runs right by the middle linebacker down the middle of the field.
I mean, it's 7-0. Then in the second quarter, first play of that second quarter, Zach Brooks, Austin Lake for the touchdown.
And great play by Lake. The ball was thrown a little bit late, but Lake does a nice job boxing out the defender.
Dakota Wesleyan had a 4th and goal at the 1, but they could not get it into the end zone.
And that's just demoralizing. You've seen them move the ball, but they just can't finish. And when they're given a golden opportunity, not to be able to get the ball in is critical there.
And Dakota State, they were about to finish this 99-yard drive, but this jump ball simultaneous, and Hunter Cordell able to rip it away for the interception for Dakota Wesleyan. A huge defensive play at the end of the first half to keep it at 14-0 as we get a look a little deeper into the numbers. And again, the passing yardage for Dakota State nearly doubling Dakota Wesleyan. And keep in mind, some of those Dakota Wesleyan passing yards happened on those plays at the end of the first half where they were trying to get a little momentum. But the key there is third downs. Dakota State being able to keep drives alive. 7 of 9 on third down.
7 of 9 is fantastic, but to believe that Dakota Wesleyan's only had 4 third down opportunities and they have 0 points. Usually if you have 4 third down opportunities, you're having big plays. You're scoring on first and second down. They don't have any points right now, and really the only reason their fans are walking in the locker room with some sense of excitement is because of that pick at the end. And they get the ball first, only down 14.
Yeah, 2-score game looks a lot better than a 3-score game. Even if that third score was a field goal and it was 17-0, 2 scores looks a lot better, gives you a little bit more momentum. And yeah, hard to believe because the first downs are roughly even as well.
Yeah, and you look at the carries by the star running backs, and Aaron and Ortman. Aaron has 12 carries, Ortman has 11. They're both workhorses. They're going to earn all their yards. We haven't seen anyone else really run with the ball who can come out the second half and really wear down that defensive line.
14-0 Trojans over the Tigers. This is the opening night for a lot of schools around the NAIA, including others in the GPAC and the NSAA. We'll get a look at some of those scores when we come back to Madison.
In 4 days. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly.
Night night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The games we know and love have a start and finish, but the people involved will always stand the test of time. It's their stories that illustrate why we love sports. And Midco Sports Magazine is your home for their dedication and inspiration. The new season of Midco Sports Magazine
premieres Monday, August 29th at 6:30 p.m. Central.
This football season is going to be intense.
We really do great things on Varsity Sports Live.
And no matter who you root for, we've got you covered.
For more coverage and more fun, watch the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus. Friday, August 26th at 10:30 p.m. Central.
It's not your average highlight show.
We're going to get jalapeno team's business.
Welcome back to Madison. Dakota State 14, Dakota Wesleyan nothing here at halftime. Taking a look at some other scores from around the NAIA here. Mount Marty in presentation, what they're calling the Catholic Cup. And it's Mount Marty looking for their first win ever. They went 0-10 last season, started the program looking for their first win ever. They went 0-10 last year. Presentation went 0-11 last season. Someone had to go off the schneid. Right now it's Mount Marty with a 10-point lead. And how about this one? Jamestown, who went 2-9 last season, up 14-0 on Valley City State. New year, you never know, Curtis.
It's a great thing. You start a season, everyone thinks they're going to have that championship at the end of the year. Game one, Jamestown right now is thinking, we're proving everyone wrong.
And that one, of course, paint bucket rivalry. We got a lot of great games. We got the Chamber of Commerce Traveling Trophy year, Catholic Cup paint bucket rivalry. Every game just needs a name attached to it in some way, shape, or form.
And I'm familiar with Valley City and Jamestown. These are schools that we used to go play when playing and coaching at University of Sioux Falls. And it's good to see these names and games and teams playing still as we go along in NAIA football.
When we come back, we will talk with the athletic director here at Dakota State, Jeff Dittman, about the big athletic complex project. Home squad up 14-0 on the visitors.
Living with less pain means living at your best. But an action-packed life can wear your body down. Avera Orthopedics keeps you moving with total joint replacements for pain you don't have to live with. Find relief with the region's largest orthopedic physician team of specialized surgeons, so you can keep moving forward. Avera, moving health forward.
You know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is
The games we know and love have a start and finish, but the people involved will always stand the test of time. It's their stories that illustrate why we love sports. And Midco Sports Magazine is your home for their dedication and inspiration. The new season of Midco Sports Magazine
Premieres Monday, August 29th at 6:30 p.m. Central.
This football season is going to be intense.
We really do great things on Varsity Sports Live.
And no matter who you root for, we've got you covered.
For more coverage and more fun, watch the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus, Friday, August 26th at 10:30 p.m. Central.
It's not your average highlight show.
We're going to get jalapeno team's business.
Welcome back to Madison. 14-0 Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan here at halftime. David Brown back in the press box, joined by the athletic director here at Dakota State, Jeff Dittman. And we're obviously here to talk about what's going on behind us, directly behind us here, this big athletic complex project. Take us back to the very beginnings and how this started to get off the ground.
Well, Dr. Griffiths came to me very early in her tenure here at Dakota State and said, let's sit down and work on an athletic complex. Let's work on an academic program that fits our athletes and what we'll need to do to get all that put together. And so we developed the athletic complex from a physical standpoint. We talked about scholarships and we talked about new curriculum. Like the biomechanics degree and the Institute for Aging and a master's program and programs that we feel will be very attractive to athletes and non-athletes, but particularly in the exercise and health science area.
Now, specifically within the complex, everyone knows about, the soccer stadium and the new football stadium with turf, but what other elements are there to this complex?
Well, once we get a little bit farther into it, the next piece of it will be the baseball and the softball complexes. Currently, right now, we use the city's fields that are about 1.5 miles from the campus, and it's, you can about imagine what it's like for our athletes to dress up here, then go down there, and so forth. So this will all be an all-inclusive complex when we get all done with it, with the indoor track and training facility and with the arena for volleyball and basketball. But our next step then will be after this last football game's over with, we're going to tear all this up and we'll start on the football stadium and the event center, which will house our locker rooms and weight training room and a VIP and hospitality suites, and our esports center. A big part of our athletics here is our esports program. In fact, this year it will be our biggest program with 120 tech athletes in it.
Very, very interesting. And you talked about the timeline, so to speak. So once this season's over, once it's December 2022, this field's getting torn up.
It is. And next year we will play on the soccer field. The primary markings will be soccer. The secondary markings will be football. We'll play there. And in the fall of 2024, we'll be opening up our new stadium here for football.
And as a lot of people know who pay attention to this, you're flipping the field. This goes east-west, but the new field is north-south.
We'll be north-south, and then that way we can fit in our baseball and our softball and our throwing area for our track and field program, all to the east of us here.
Fundraising is difficult at any university, let alone this level. So can you explain just either the difficulties or maybe just the relief of finally getting donors and finally getting the fundraising necessary to do this?
Well, it's a major task, and of course we're in a period right now where everything is approximately 24% more expensive than it would have been a year and a half ago. And so we've had our alumni, we've had some businesses that really have done some amazing things. Miles Beacom started it all off with a $10 million gift to us, and that really sparked a number of people, individuals and businesses to donate to us. And as of right now, we have about $45 million raised in cash, and we have potentially another 10 to 15 million that are in ask at this moment. So we're really looking forward to closing some of those and advancing that program and then getting started on phase 2.
And then the last question I'll ask you, I know you don't have a crystal ball, but as far as your vision is concerned, what impact will this entire complex make on this university?
Oh, it'll be unmeasurable, because right now we play on a grass field. We are the only 4-year school in a 5-state area that plays on a grass field, and that's tough for recruiting. we have expanded our athletic program in the last 4 years from 215 student athletes to over 475 student athletes. And we're still in the same buildings that was built when we had 75 student athletes on campus. So you can about imagine we're bulging at the seams. Locker room space is really tough. Our athletes are great about getting up at 5:30 in the morning to lift and then maybe lifting at 7 o'clock at night. Our strength and conditioning coaches spend all day long working with our athletes. So it's going to be such an impact on every single sport, every single student athlete, and we're really looking forward to enhancing that student athlete experience for our young men and women.
And we're excited to see all the progress that's going to start to go on behind us and to the east and west of us. So, Jeff, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck with everything with the project.
Thank you very much.
Jeff Dittman, Athletic Director here at Dakota State University. Second half coming up next here on Midco Sports. It's the Trojans 14 and the Tigers nothing.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health.
Live this week on Midco Sports, it's football season. Dakota Wesleyan and Dakota State tangle to kick off the GPAC season Thursday at 7. High school football on Friday. Century visits West Fargo in North Dakota High School action at 7. Then a doubleheader of South Dakota High School football on Saturday. It's the Midco Rushmore Bowl. Washington at Stevens at 6 p.m. Central, followed by Sturgis and Rapid City Central at 9:15 on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus.
You have a love for sports, and so do we. The Midco Sports Crew House brings live sports action coverage to viewers at home. From camera operators to sideline crew, audio technicians to timeout coordinators, on-the-job training for some positions is available. Plus, Crew House has flexible daytime, nighttime, or weekend hours if you're looking for the perfect side gig. Come work for our award-winning crew. Apply online at midco.com/careers.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Third quarter coming up, 14-0. Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan. Dave Brown, Curtis Riggs. Tigers will get the ball here to start the second half, and they went into the halftime locker room with a little bit of momentum, preventing Dakota State from scoring a third touchdown, and now they have an opportunity here early in the second half to make a statement.
Well, not necessarily a score you want to score, but you want some consistent play out of your offense right now. I think Coach Simple went in, fired up, and said, okay, you know, they played pretty good football. We played pretty average football. Let's come out and play a lot better here.
Here is Keil Nelson. Bouncing it out to the left. Nelson still on his feet, past the 30, past the 40, slides down near the 45.
Well, and there's that speed, you know, that I was questioning early on why he's the kick returner. You show when he gets out in the open field, he can really run. It's just he doesn't like contact. But look at that, though. When he's running, you can see he can really move, especially for an athlete his size, too.
6'3", 210 from Mitchell High School.
He and his brother both great players there at Mitchell. And Cannon went on to SDSU, and Keil stayed at home to go to Wesleyan.
Tigers starting at their own 45-yard line. Give it to Jamin Aaron. And Aaron will get about 3 or 4.
Yeah, good job coming back with a counter here, because one of the reasons might be because of the pressure Devontae Murphy was causing. Let's get some blocks from the side now. Let's get someone coming and down blocking on him rather than always trying to block him straight ahead.
2nd and 7. Lee rolling out, firing. Pass is caught. Another first down to Keil Nelson.
Yeah, and something we didn't see the first half. Lee getting out of the pocket. Easy window to throw to. Keil runs a really good route here. In fact, Lee should have thrown sooner, but his feet weren't quite ready. When you throw out of the pocket and on the run, you got to get in rhythm. You got to be in rhythm to make that throw. He had to take 2 extra steps to do it, but Keil gave him room to throw back to that sideline.
First down at Dakota State's 40. Play action, and Lee does a smart thing and just throws it into the ground.
Yeah, and they were trying to go to a throwback tight end screen here. So play action one way, come back and throw to your tight end. The problem was their tight end didn't sell the fake at all. He gives it away early, and Max Sony is right there. He's like, I'm not buying that one. That was not a good fake. You don't get the opportunity to make that play.
Just the second incompletion for Lee in this ballgame. He's 10 of 12. Little flip to Aaron. Aaron got a first down, bouncing it out to the right side. Jamin Aaron inside the 20.
Well, and you see right now, Dakota Wesleyan giving their playmakers chances to make plays. Okay, really a nice shuffle pass here. And then he gets a guard out in front of him, and then Aaron just makes the most of it, breaking it outside. But Keil Nelson, Aaron, really, igniting this offense right now.
Aaron, one of the best all-around players in the GPAC, 5th in the conference last season in terms of all-purpose yardage. First down in the red zone. Lee had no time at all.
And that's on him as a quarterback. Dakota State gives this blitz away. You see it coming. He's got to be able to identify that. You see they're creeping from that outside. That can't be picked up there. You got to be able to step up or hit a hot receiver there. Lee just never even sees it coming, though.
Moody Benelashake is the one who got to him first.
Also number 77 on the tackle, Brooks Jansen.
Lee was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Lee rolls left this time. Incomplete. No, it was caught.
Yeah, and they run a flood route, and his receiver's wide open. Lee just can't get set to make this throw. He needs to throw that thing right now, but it's tough with the defender coming when you're a right-handed quarterback going to your left. So he gives them a chance. They make the play. There's not instant replay. They don't have to worry about it being changed. They don't have to hustle up to the line and run a play here.
It'll be 3rd and 2 at the 10. Aaron, first down, Jamin Aaron, touchdown Tigers.
Well, and that's the first time I think tonight we've seen where he got through with no one even touching him. Usually he has to break 1 or 2 tackles. There's nobody there, and you wonder if that defensive line for Dakota Wesleyan just pretty tired from that first half.
Just a simple handoff. He found the crease and found the end zone.
Yeah, and we got a ball game now, Dave. I mean, that really, you could see, spark the sideline for Dakota Wesleyan and really wake up that team.
See the stat line for Aaron, 60 yards on 14 carries and that touchdown. The extra point, however, is no good. So the score will remain 14-6, but it is now a one-possession game between Dakota State and Dakota Wesleyan.
Oh, why am I so sore?
There are everyday moments.
We can totally do this ourselves. That hurt.
And there are epic moments.
This'll be epic!
Yeah, that was awesome.
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics.
Hi, Doc. My knee.
We'll help you move forward so you can tell the story.
Shoulder, my elbow.
This football season is going to be intense.
We really do great things on Varsity Sports Live.
And no matter who you root for, we've got you covered.
For more coverage and more fun, watch the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus. Friday, August 26th at 10:30 p.m. Central.
It's not your average highlight show.
We're going to get jalapeno team's business.
Pads are on the day. Let's go, man. Real football.
Oh, yeah! He caught that, guys! Yeah! Yeah!
This game on Midco Sports is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Get back to your passion.
A little less than 11 and a half to go in the third quarter, and Dakota Wesleyan finally gets on the scoreboard. 10-yard touchdown run from Jamin Aaron, extra point miss, but it's a 14-6 ball game now, one possession, and the momentum squarely with the Tigers.
Impressive drive, and I think Coach Simple did a really effective job of mixing in run, play action, getting Lee out of the pocket. He's not a dynamic runner, but you can see he does a nice job seeing the field when he gets out of that pocket, and Keil Nelson did a nice job with giving him that security blanket to go to.
And Keil Nelson also with a great kickoff return, giving him starting field position at their own 45-yard line.
We have no idea where that football went, though, on that extra point attempt.
Yeah,
it may be gone forever.
As we joked about, the abyss of the construction zone.
Yeah.
But thankfully they have another football. Tamarian Foster takes it at his own 5. Foster bouncing it to the outside. And he'll get stood up just shy of the 30. Well, the last time Dakota State had the ball, we saw them move it from the 1, their own 1, all the way down to the red zone, but Zach Brooks threw a pick in the end zone toward the end of that first half. We know they can move the ball, but now all of a sudden, they've been moving the ball really well, but they're only up by 8.
We saw Brooks play a really good first half, but we also saw towards the end of the first half him start to take some really hard hits and then end the half with an interception. So how does he respond? How does he come back from that, and also Dakota Wesleyan getting a score to put some pressure on him?
Brooks 12 of 19 in the first half, 197 yards and 2 touchdowns. Looking left, runs right. And Brooks is going to take what he can get. Dakota State arguing for a late hit out of bounds. They won't get it. It's a gain of about 2.
Yeah, it's just every time you see your quarterback get over by, especially the opposing team sideline, you just hold your breath. And Brooks was able to kick his feet out, though, so he didn't get rolled up on.
2nd and 5 for the Trojan.
Yeah, it's just the momentum of the play. Just unfortunately, he took the brunt of it. Here's Ortman. And Tice Ortman will get about 4 of the 5 needed.
Yeah, Ortman and Aaron very similar in their running styles.
We mentioned Ortman, the Canastota High School product, transferring from Northwestern Iowa.
His senior year, I mean, he ran for a bazillion yards.
And that's the exact number, a bazillion.
Yeah.
Except here, he's going to lose. Great defensive stop by Dakota Wesleyan in the backfield. Big number 99, Trey Bowman.
Yeah, and Dakota State, that's a mistake on their part. They cannot try to go zone reads because Dakota Wesleyan knows if you're going to zone read us, we are going to take away the running back and make your quarterback be the guy to run.
Junior from Menno is Trey Bowman, and all of a sudden a touchdown and a 3-and-out, and Dakota Wesleyan's going to get the ball back.
Well, and third and half a yard too. Just let Ortman just run straight ahead. He'll get you that first down.
End over and kick from Karwacki. Landon Rusing tackled right away by Foster. So Dakota Wesleyan will start at its own 30. Still decent field position, despite no return from Landon Rusing. Tomorrow night, it is the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live, the only high school show in the area that covers both North and South Dakota for a full hour, 10:30 to 11:30 Central. Myself, Jason Andera in Sioux Falls, Jody Norstead in West Fargo. We'll get you up to speed, which will be another great high school football season. Season premiere tomorrow night, August 26th at 10:30 on Midco Sports and streaming on Midco Sports Plus. Quick pitch there on the shovel to Aaron. I believe it was Nelson actually on the pitch. So you see Nelson being used in a variety of different ways.
Well, I think ever since that kick return, they're finding, hey, he's into this game here. Like he's playing hard. Let's continue to find ways to get him the ball. The timing on that just was so poor, though. They snapped it when he was so far back. He had to run for quite a few yards even to try to gain an advantage on the defense.
And he ended up gaining no actual yardage. It's 2nd and 10. I was going to Preston Nedved, but he couldn't corral it. Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, and that's one Lee would really like to have back. Those screen passes like that, they're extended run plays. But the first thing, the quarterback's got to make sure you have the opportunity to run the play. And Lee just gave him a bad ball there.
And that was Jacob Oxos, the intended receiver. Third and 10. Lee stepping up. He's going to try and run for it, but he's not going to get close.
And good coverage. You know, in this situation last time, I think it was a little more midfield. Dakota Wesleyan punted. It looks like they're going to punt again, though.
I think he thought about it, but realized he's not past midfield. Probably can play the field position game now. It's still probably a little early.
You guys are just, no one has the offensive mentality anymore, Dave.
Well, I would like to go for it. I'm just trying to explain his reasoning.
Yeah. That's a defensive guy calling offensive plays there.
Fair catch called for by McDermott, and he makes it at the 33-yard line. About midway through this 3rd quarter, we got a ball game. Dakota State 14, Dakota Wesleyan 6.
The games we know and love have a start and finish, but the people involved will always stand the test of time. It's their stories that illustrate why we love sports. And Midco Sports Magazine is your home for their dedication and inspiration. The new season of Midco Sports Magazine
premieres Monday, August 29th at 6:30 p.m. Central. Hey hockey fans, mark your calendars. North Dakota Hockey Fan Fest, presented by Midco Sports, is back in the bowl at Ralph Engelstad Arena. Join us on Thursday, September 15th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. for a fun-filled evening. Enjoy giveaways, autographs, photo opportunities, interviews, activities, and more. Parking and admission to Hockey Fan Fest, presented by Midco Sports, is free and open to the public. We'll see you at Ralph Engelstad Arena on September 15th.
Here's how the rest of the season looks for Dakota State. They will actually go to Wisconsin Lacrosse D3 team on September 3rd. Then start to get into the heart of their NSAA schedule. Again, there's only 7 teams total in the North Star Athletic Association, so some teams they'll play twice, like Iowa Wesleyan and Waldorf, but is a team that was 6-4 last season. They had a fantastic defense, actually had the #1 defense in the NSAA. Just the offense was their Achilles heel, and so far, they showed some good signs in that first half. They have the lead here, but now they need to kind of extend this lead as Dakota Wesleyan has pushed back a little bit. Give this to Ortman, up the gut. Boy, we've seen the strength, but there we saw the speed of Ortman.
Yeah, you saw a burst there. He saw that the hole open, and he didn't wait. He just took off, and that's you know, the key with a patient back is also knowing when to attack and go, and he has that ability.
Gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4. Play action. Brooks rolling right. Didn't have anyone and tries to run for it. Maybe got a yard.
Yeah, you just wonder, does Dakota State have the patience to just keep running Ortman? I mean, you get 7 yards on first down, then you try for that play action pass. Don't be afraid to just take all momentum out of Dakota Wesleyan, run that a few times and really wear them down.
3rd and 4. Actually, I changed that to 3rd and 1. Give this to Ortman, but again, they hold it too long, and Dakota Wesleyan reads it perfectly.
It's just unbelievable. I can't believe they tried the zone read again. When I say zone read, it means the quarterback is reading a defender here, and if the defender goes with the back, he needs to keep it. #1 was his key there. He's got to pull and run himself, but everyone knows you want to give the ball to Ortman. Dakota Wesleyan is going to make Brooks be the guy to run. So to combat that, you just do power plays where you run right at him, you let Ortman get the ball immediately and let him make the plays.
That was Romion Grieve on the tackle there, and they nearly get to Karwacki. Dakota Wesleyan once again will have decent field position starting around their own 37-yard line.
And they went after that punt, Dave. You said that. He's a lefty punter. They came hard off the offensive left side, expecting him to run a little bit at him, and it put some pressure on him and affected the kick.
Well, after seeing both sides show signs of offensive prowess, we've had 3 straight 3-and-outs.
Yeah, and you know, you question Dakota Wesleyan punting last time. Well, it paid off for them, and here they are in about the same spot. Just lost some time on the clock, so.
But again, an opportunity for the Tigers. Give this to Aaron, up the middle. Out past the 45 to the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
Yeah, much better job by Dakota Wesleyan there with their initial double team up at the point of contact on the line of scrimmage. Also, you can see Devontae Murphy's out right now for Dakota State. A little easier to push around the backup rather than Murphy, who's been creating a lot of havoc.
Yeah, Dylan Beheimer, the backup nose, is in for Dakota State.
Yeah, not near as big either.
Aaron will get it again. Keeps plugging away.
Yeah, and they're moving people up front. You're not seeing near the penetration or players in the backfield that we saw earlier, and here comes Murphy back into the game.
46-yard line.
Yeah, difference of about 30 pounds between Murphy and Beheimer.
Yeah, and just that initial, Murphy right away takes his guy into the backfield. Beheimer kind of looks and reacts.
First down for Dakota Wesleyan in Dakota State territory. Lee, all kinds of time, going up top, too far, incomplete.
And this had great coverage. Really a greedy play by Coach Simple here. 2 effective runs. Oh, we got him on the play action here. Well, you just got to keep wearing them down. You're winning the battle in the trenches here. Don't get away from that. Continue to pound them up front.
Intended target was once again Keil Nelson downfield. Aaron. Dakota State ready that time. They were sending pressure immediately and contained.
Yeah, and that's one of the difference between a 1st and 10 and 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, now the defense can dial up a blitz, come at you. It's hard for offensive linemen to account where those blitzes are come from, and they can't get to their run gaps. And that's exactly what happened to Dakota Wesleyan there. There was a lot of penetration, got into the backfield. Offensive linemen weren't quite sure where they were going.
Cody Brown was the first to hit Aaron. Loses 2, big 3rd down here, 3rd and 12. Lee has to get rid of it. Somehow it's caught, and I believe they'll have enough for a first down. Depends on the spot. They may mark him just a hair short, but Logan Furbach got it right near the marker.
Boy, and they bring the blitz, too. They bring it, and Lee stands in there and throws. He knows where he's going. That's not an easy throw there. Sony, he's 6'4". Look at that. Stand in there, make the throw. Then you listen to the crowd. That's what you do. You don't look quick. You listen, and you can tell by the reaction of the crowd if you completed it or not.
It's a bit short. It's 4th and 1.
We saw him get stopped on the 1-yard line here. They don't have it in their offense, at least not that we've seen, to just go get up under center, quarterback sneak, and keep the drag going. They go back in shotgun, and this is where Devontae Murphy really hurt him in that goal line set.
Timeout here by Ross Simple and the Tigers. 3.5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. And biggest play of the game coming up here after this timeout.
Well, and a timeout allows Devontae Murphy to get some water, get some rest, be fresh for this. So, it's a long yard right here. Coach Simple may be looking at something, maybe off tackle, maybe power blocks where you're down blocking on people, or a simple little play action to dump out in the flats.
Well, as you were saying a little bit earlier, when you have 3-man fronts and you're facing 3-man fronts, you just want to go right at them most of the time.
Yeah, you don't want to allow those linebackers to be moving around and create havoc. Just get to them immediately. But now this will be a little different. They're going to be attacking downhill. They know it's run. They're going to take the chance and really come downhill, try to get to their space, their gaps as quickly as possible.
So if you're Dakota Wesleyan, you just trust Aaron to get a yard?
I would. I would definitely, have something where I'm getting a lot of down blocks, maybe a kick out on the farthest edge guy, but I know I'm accounting for everyone in the A and B gaps.
4th and 1, pistol set. And someone moves. Depends on who.
Well, and I think Aaron moves too. I think the running back moves. They're going to argue and point fingers, but the referee should be saying, hey, the running back moved also.
For once, I'd like someone to just point to themselves and say, you know what, I did it.
Yeah.
False start. Offense, number 2. Yeah. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
And you got it. It was Aaron.
And it's a huge penalty. 4th and 1. I find a lot of times when you go an extended cadence here, it just backfires on you. I mean, run the play to get the first down. Don't run the play to try to make the defense make a mistake.
And now Dakota Wesleyan will punt.
Yeah, that Coach Simple and I are going to have a talk after the game.
I was going to say. This one to me a little less since you're over midfield.
Well, and I think his skill guys, that they're making plays. They're doing a nice job. But he also feels defensively they've made the corrections, though, too.
McDermott makes the fair catch inside the 20.
Cooper McDermott with the fair catch. And the ball is at the Trojan 15, where the Trojans take over.
14-6 Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan here late in the third quarter. Well, coming up on Monday, August 29th, it is the season premiere of Midco Sports Magazine, the best sports storytelling in the region, the intersection of life and sports going beyond the box score and the scoreboard. For the best storytelling in the area, it's Midco Sports Magazine, Mondays at 6:30 every other week right here on Midco Sports and streaming on Midco Sports Plus. If you're a fan of football in this area, we're going to have a feature on Mary wide receiver Danny Kittner. Broke all kinds of receiving records, getting some NFL looks right now. Back for a senior season in Bismarck, so you can look forward to that on Monday on Midco Sports Magazine. Brooks somehow was able to dump that off. A late flag came in the backfield. Ortman with the reception. We'll check the marker.
We've had very few flags, knock on wood, up to this point. And
Dakota State's moving back.
Yeah. Sometimes when that quarterback gets off his point,
offense number 61.
The D linemen react and the offensive linemen end up extending their arms, and that creates that look of a penalty. Dakota Wesleyan now really needs to take advantage of this, whereas Dakota State's thinking, we just need something positive, something safe.
See number 61 there, and that's pretty clear from Mose Timoteo.
And same thing, the quarterback starts to run. He's got his arms wrapped around a little bit. Momentum changes.
So they'll back Dakota State up inside their own 10. And it's a designed run for Brooks. And Brooks gets some of that lost yardage back.
Yeah, you're trying to do something safe. Let's not worry about bumbling the ball a little bit, mix up handoffs. Let's just try to get positive yards. Try to think about like we're in our own, like on the 1 yard line again. Let's try to get out of here, work some distance, and make it a manageable situation.
2nd and 12 now. Brooks looking left, stepping up, running for it, and they'll get out near the 20-yard line. It seems that the pockets have been collapsing a lot quicker in the second half around Brooks.
Well, and Dakota Wesleyan brought a blitz there, and they were timing it up and coming hard, and Brooks sees it, and he's thinking, I got to get out of here. And that's one difference. First half, we saw him stand in the pocket, scoot up a little bit, buy time, and make the throws, take a hit. Now you see him, I'm not taking hits. I'm getting out of here.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 3rd and 7 for Dakota State. Brooks going up top and no one home.
Yeah, and we're starting to see the confusion and the timing, and you see why Coach Simple opted to punt now, because his D-line has something working. They're getting to Brooks. They're really got him off his game. I would bet Coach Anderson comes back when they get the ball back, and you're going to get a heavy dose of Ortman running the ball.
Would you send the house here again on
No, I wouldn't here. Coach Simple may. He was, he worked heavily with Coach Morrell on pump block, but right here I'd set up a return.
Here's Landon Rusing. Boyd's one tackle. Past midfield. Landon Rusing down the left sideline. Still going. He'll be knocked out of bounds inside the 25-yard line, but it may all be for naught. There's a flag back near midfield.
Yeah, and anytime you get those cutback returns, then you always get the clip, the block in the back, the crack back blocks, which you just hold your breath on. Rusing, great career at Del Rapids, was really heavily recruited in the area. Really a big signing for Coach Semple at Dakota Wesleyan. You can see he's finding ways to try to get the ball in his hands.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, receiving team. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st and 10, Dakota Wesleyan.
We'll take another look at this personal foul.
And the game has changed so much, Dave. Before, that no one would have even thought anything of it. Or you would see guys lining it up from 15 yards away, running full speed, and hit that guy when he's not expecting it. We got to play safer. And coaches, that's on the coaches. The coaches are the ones that have to coach that and teach the kids, pull back there, don't hit that guy.
And, of course, it's a 15-yard from the spot of the foul, so they're actually going to start back at their own 43-yard line. Play action. Lee. Wide open. Dexter Curry makes the catch.
Yeah, this is a good play. They do a nice job play action, getting the linebackers to suck up. Let that tight end work his way behind those linebackers. Clear out the DBs with your wide receiver, and there's the void area for your tight end to settle.
It was actually a little underthrown. Watch Curry just kind of lean back and get it.
Yeah, he makes a nice catch there.
First catch of the game for Dexter Curry, sophomore tight end from Kansas City. There's Curry in motion right to left. Give to Aaron. Aaron trying to bounce it to the right. Eludes multiple tacklers. Jamin Aaron.
Boy, I was just going to be critical of, he really needs to get running north and south there. And then he makes the guy miss in open space. Coach Semple is doing a nice job of really mixing up his play calling here. I was just about to say, get Aaron the ball. Right there, you'd expect him to make that cut up field, but then he's able to run through those tackles. Two really good running backs we're seeing tonight.
We'll see if Dakota Wesleyan runs another play here in the third. They do snap it before the end of the quarter. Aaron, he's going to get enough for a first down, so it'll be a fresh set of downs for Dakota Wesleyan on the move when we come back. Final 15 minutes coming up here from Madison. Tigers trying to drive for the tying score. We'll be back after this.
Across the rural parts of our country, millions live hours away from advanced health care. But at Sanford Health, we believe world-class care belongs to every patient, everywhere. Because our patients are our friends, family, and neighbors. We're bringing quality care close to home, quality of life through better health. Not just for the future of our health, but for the health of our future. Here for all, here for good. Sanford Health.
The University of Sioux Falls is adding both a men's and women's wrestling program, with competition to start in the fall of 2023. I'm David Brown with your CU Mortgage Direct Midco Minute. The men's wrestling program, which was dropped in 2011, makes its return after more than a decade and will compete in the NSIC. USF Women's Wrestling, meanwhile, will be the first NCAA-sanctioned women's program in the state of South Dakota.
The university has been looking at this for a while. We've been studying the participation numbers throughout the Midwest, and we knew that there would be a high probability that we could have plenty of recruits right in the region in this hotbed for wrestling in the Midwest. And so we decided to take the leap, and we're excited about the opportunity. We believe we'll be able to bring 40 to 50 students to the University of Sioux Falls that wouldn't come here if not for the wrestling programs.
The search for both head coaches is underway. I'm David Brown, and that was your Midco Minute.
We got a lot more football coming up for you this season. First high school action tomorrow night. We'll have Bismarck Century West Fargo, and then the Rushmore Bowl on Saturday in South Dakota. Varsity Sports Live debuts tomorrow night. Midco Sports Magazine debuts on Monday the 29th. We'll have UND Division I Women's Soccer on September 4th against the Golden Gophers. Then our first D1 football game, UC Davis at South Dakota State. SDSU number 3 overall in the preseason top 25. Of course, North Dakota State number 1, but should be another great year in the Missouri Valley.
It was interesting to hear Coach Stig talk about the best offense he's ever had. I mean, that says a lot, so it brings a lot of excitement to watch the Jacks this year.
You'll see them right here on Midco on September 10th. Give us to Aaron. Couple bounces out to the right, and once again, Jamin Aaron seems to be just getting stronger as the game goes on.
You're exactly right. I think, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just keep giving him the ball? I mean, he's done nothing that would make you think, boy, I'm not sure if we should. Just continue to hammer away with him. You see someone like Devontae Murphy, who's been really good for Dakota State, really getting tired. You'll watch, he'll be the last one to get down. He's really starting to get worn down up front.
2nd and 1. Aaron again. Fresh set.
Yeah, and Coach Simple's got, I mean, who's my horse right now? And that's Aaron. I'm finding ways to make sure, unless you just have a exceptional play action pass play, I'm getting Aaron the ball otherwise.
Dakota Wesleyan inside the Dakota State 15-yard line as we start this 4th quarter. Down 14-6, looking to potentially tie this up. Lee over the middle, tipped, still tipped, and intercepted. No, they say it fell incomplete.
Yeah, and you know, greedy play. He tries to go with a tight end delay. And we saw Dakota State try it the first half. See, what they do is they try to send everyone out, get the backers out of the way, the tight end will block, and then just leak through the middle of the field. It's not a great throw, and it's even worse job by the tight end trying to tip it up. That's just a nightmare for any coach to be watching that. It's like slow motion. Lucky break for Dakota Wesleyan.
A couple Dakota State defenders, including J.J. Beck, seem to have position on the ground, but it rolled away at the last second. And as you said, a break for the Tigers here. 2nd down. Going back to Aaron. Aaron cutting back toward the middle, keeping the legs moving, still moving the pile.
Yeah, I mean, you just, this whole drive, you wonder why would you do anything else here? And they go a counter play. You can see they're doing a good job of holding the line of scrimmage now, and then Aaron's doing the rest when he gets out in the open.
3rd and short inside the 10. Movement up front.
Oh my goodness. Just a nightmare, these short yardage situations for Dakota Wesleyan.
Start. Offense number 70, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Well, now you wonder, are you still taking the approach of, hey, 4th down, we'll go for this. This is 2 plays for us, or is it, let's try to get the 1st down, if not, we'll kick a field goal. The way they've been offensively, I mean, don't be afraid to go 2 plays of Aaron here, but sometimes you think, I got to get it all back on this 3rd down.
3rd and 6 now from the 9. Lee going to the back corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Dakota Wesleyan.
Yeah, great job. Hey, great blitz pickup by Jamie Aaron here. And then a nice route concept. They go what's called a smash route. The inside receiver's going corner route. The other receivers are just holding it at the line. And then a really nice throw by Lee.
Keil Nelson with the touchdown. Check out this throw.
Yeah, and the key is the corner. Number 9, the corner for Dakota State, when he bites for Richards, when he attacks downhill, he leaves a huge window for Lee to just throw it out there and let Keil go get it.
And now the important 2-point conversion to try and tie things up. Tried to cut it inside, incomplete. A lot of traffic on that throw.
There was. Boy, you and I had a perfect angle to see the tight window.
So the 2-point conversion is no good, but once again, Dakota Wesleyan draws closer, 14-12 early in the 4th.
At Billion Jeep, we have heaps of Jeeps. On the lot, on the way, and being built. During the Make This the Summer event, lease a new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4 for only $499 a month with $59.99 due at signing. Use your trade equity as your down payment, or get 0% APR for 72 months with approved credit on a new 2022 Jeep Gladiator Overland 4x4. Can't find what you're looking for? Order it. Drive strong at Billion Jeep or BillionAuto.com.
Live this week on Midco Sports, it's football season. Dakota Wesleyan and Dakota State tangle to kick off the GPAC season Thursday at 7. High school football on Friday. Century visits West Fargo in North Dakota High School action at 7. Then a doubleheader of South Dakota High School football on Saturday. It's the Midco Rushmore Bowl. Washington at Stevens at 6 p.m. Central, followed by Sturgis and Rapid City Central at 9:15 on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus.
This football season is going to be intense. We really do great things on Varsity Sports Live. And no matter who you root for, we've got you covered.
For more coverage and more fun, watch the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus. Friday, August 26th at 10:30 p.m. Central.
It's not your average highlight show. We're going to get jalapeno team's business.
This game on Midco Sports is presented by Montgomery's. Furniture, flooring, lighting, window treatments, and more, with locations in Sioux Falls, Madison, Watertown, and Aberdeen.
12:25 to go in the ball game. Dakota State 14, Dakota Wesleyan 12, as we get a look at both head coaches. Both at the helms of their programs for a decade, and in Josh Anderson's case, a decade plus, and they've got themselves a battle here. Dakota State had pretty much all the momentum through the first 25, 27 minutes of that first half, but ever since that pick at the end of the first half by Dakota Wesleyan, the Tigers have been able to slowly chip away at this lead.
They have, and you know, they're sitting there going, God, we got stopped at the half-yard line. And Dakota State's thinking we had a chance to put them away. We threw that pick. So both teams have a little bit of that regret, but they got to focus on this last 12 minutes because it's going to come down to the very end here.
Marion Foster back for Dakota State. Foster got some space to Marion Foster in the clear. Foster past midfield to Marion Foster, will take it all the way.
Well, that's one way to wake up a sideline. You'd see instantly now Dakota State has new life.
94 yards on the kickoff return from Foster. Here's another look. Good cutback there and found some space.
And anytime you're able to cut back at the second level, you always get the over pursuit, and then he's able to just outrun everyone.
And a pretty consequential extra point coming up here for Karwacki. And it gets blocked. That keeps it a one-possession game.
Yeah, and that right there, I mean, the Dakota Wesleyan coaching staff's like, okay, we're okay. Here we go. We got a chance to come right back down the field like we have been. Go for two.
Another look at the block here. See, just unblocked off the edges to go to Wesleyan. Although it was the middle guys that got their hands on it.
Yeah, it's usually if there's a gap penetration rather than guys coming off the edge. It's so tough to block when you're coming from that edge because the timing has to be perfect.
And so as I mentioned, that was pretty consequential. It could have been a 9-point game, a 2-possession ball game, but it stays at 8.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. It's definitely, it gives you that chance of, hey, we're still in this. And there's a big difference between that and then when you, boy, we have to do this and we have to do this and this. It becomes pretty a huge obstacle.
Marion Foster, freshman from Apopka, Florida.
Coach Anderson probably just loves that recruiting visit down in Florida in December.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah.
Recruiting visit in December pays off in August. So now we see how Wesleyan responds. That's Jackson Hilton. And Hilton with a nice return out past the 35-yard line.
And Jackson Hilton in high school and Brandon Valley was Mr. Excitement. He can make a lot of plays. It's the first time tonight we've seen him out on the field, though.
Once again, good field position for Dakota Wesleyan at least to start their drive. We'll see if they can get that offensive output once again. They've been able to move the ball much more effectively in the second half.
And they've done it with a balanced attack. Really a nice job of the core being Aaron, but then mixing in the play action, some simple flood route passes, and Lee's done a really nice job managing.
High snap on play action. Lee scrambles left, throws it back across his body, incomplete.
Yeah, for every quarterback watching out there, what he just did, don't ever do it. I mean, you're rolling to your left, you're right-handed, and you should just throw it away or get out of bounds, and you throw it back into the field to give someone a chance. So a bad snap, I got to run. Uh-oh, people are coming after me, and now I don't even have the laces. He doesn't even have the laces, and he throws it before he goes out of bounds. It's like 0 for 3 there on positives and negatives. He wants to get that play out. Let's move on to second down.
See Jamin Aaron's numbers just shy of 100 yards rushing. And he will stay shy of 100 yards, at least on that play, as big Devontae Murphy got that penetration that time.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's happened is that kick return has got some excitement, new life in this defense. So it's really tough. Dakota Wesleyan's got to try to come out and get a drive going, which means you got to get some first downs to wear down this defense.
3rd and 9. Lee can't escape. J.J. Beck takes him down.
Yeah, and he really had nowhere to go, too. But you could see instantly he started to look at the pressure coming at him rather than looking downfield. But if he would have been looking downfield, he really didn't have anywhere to go. You see right here, he's looking, I got pressure, I got nowhere I can go. And a nice timed blitz by Dakota State there.
J.J. Beck, one of 14 captains from Gregory, South Dakota. One of those kids, Josh Anderson says, has been kind of waiting his turn and is taking advantage.
He played for Coach Allmendinger.
Yes.
Yeah, and Gregory. Yeah, they had some amazing teams there.
And then we got a bad snap on the punt, and Dakota State's going to have it at the 1 or 2 yard line.
Well, and Dakota State's lucky they didn't get a 15-yard penalty. The punter Keil recovers, and you'll watch the guy goes and dives on him. Okay, now he has recovery, and then boom, hits him right there. when there's those fumbles, they give you that window of, is he going for the ball? But just a huge momentum breaker. All started with the kick return for Dakota State.
Now all of a sudden a 3 and out, a bad snap on a punt, and they're knocking on the doorstep of a 2-score lead.
That's why you can never think that special teams is that third facet. They're all the same. They're also equally important.
Brooks going under center. The pitch to Tice Ortman, trying to find the edge. Dives for the pylon, touchdown, Dakota State.
Yeah, great job. He's a really good football player. And in high school, we saw him score. He ran for a bazillion yards, and he scored, I think, 1 million touchdowns. He just has a knack to know how to get in the end zone. Great call. Just get him the ball and let him beat people.
Second touchdown of the evening for Tice Ortman. That one rushing. Of course, the first play of the game, he had it receiving. Pretty nice debut in Dakota State for Tice Ortman.
Well, yeah, he starts the game off with the touchdown, the bomb, first play of the game, and he's continued to be solid all game long.
That extra point is tried and true for Noah Karwacki. It was 14-12 about 2.5 minutes ago, but a special teams play on a Tice Ortman touchdown run have extended the Dakota State lead to 15.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health.
The games we know and love have a start and finish, but the people involved will always stand the test of time. It's their stories that illustrate why we love sports. And Midco Sports Magazine is your home for their dedication and inspiration. The new season of Midco Sports Magazine
premieres Monday, August 29th at 6:30 p.m. Central. Varsity Sports Live is the place for more high school football. More highlights. More coverage. More reaction.
Yeah, we had that ready all week.
More fun. Watch the season premiere of Varsity Sports Live on Midco Sports and Midco Sports Plus. Friday, August 26th at 10:30 p.m. Central.
Here's a look at Dakota Wesleyan's schedule. If you include today's game, they have their first 3 on the road before their home opener against Dort on September 17th, but then they end the season with 4 of 6 in the friendly confines of Joe Quintal Field. Should point out, by the way, their last opponent of the season, Mount Marty. Congrats to them. First win in program history, 42-10 over Presentation in the Catholic Cup this evening.
Well, and I think there has to be optimism for Mount Marty, seeing what Dort's done a really good job of building their program, but there's no question that Morningside has been the king of that. Well, when University of Sioux Falls moved up to Division II, that was the Morningside was saying thank you, and they have controlled that conference since that point on, and they do a phenomenal job there.
Morningside Northwestern should also be good again in the GPAC. Jackson Hilton drops it at the 5, able to pick it back up. Hilton trying to get some yardage back. He gets out just a little bit past the 10-yard line, but you look at this game, it's switched as Hilton's down a little bit and being tended to, but 5 plays. The kickoff return, the 3 and out, and then after the punt that went over the Keil Nelson's head, they score on the next play. Dakota State does. 5 plays, and it goes from a 2-point lead to a 15-point lead.
Yeah, and 2 major special teams errors for Dakota Wesleyan. You know, that's one of the things that's hard, Dave, in camp. You wonder, have we put enough time time in the special teams? Have we got enough reps? Have we, done enough game-like situations? And you don't really know until you come out that first game. And obviously, one issue, the snaps from the center to the punter. Second one is staying in your lanes on kickoff.
Lee rolls left, throws back, pass is caught, and knocked out of bounds is Jacob Oxos.
The hard part again is Lee having to roll to his left. You saw Oxbows was open sooner, but Lee wasn't ready to throw. So he's got to take 2 more steps. By the time he gets the ball, he really has nowhere to go with it except step out of bounds.
Under 10 minutes to go here. Still just a 2-possession game. Dakota Wesleyan's not out of this yet, but they absorbed quite a punch, and they got to fight back. Lee stepping up. Another completion. It'll be a first down. Having caught by Preston Nedved.
It looked like Aaron, he was in good position to pick up that blitz that came at Lee there, but he's lucky he didn't get a hold there. The linebacker did a nice job just sliding inside of him.
Pass complete to number 12, Preston Nedved, for first down for the Tigers at the 45-yard line.
Another high snap for Lee. Lee trying to escape, and finally chucks it out of bounds after going about 20 yards, and he might get a benefit of a late hit call.
Yeah, just a foolish play by, I think it was Sony. Lee gets out of the pocket, nowhere to go with the ball. Max figures, I've chased him this far, I got to get a piece of him.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 10. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
It's one of those bang-bang calls. Was he in the air before the pass was launched? Nevertheless, when you launch into a guy like that, it's probably getting called.
Yeah, and the thing that's so hard for the defender is, I got this clear shot at him. You got to remember, he's running for his life. He's trying to escape. He's got nowhere to go with the ball. Just get your hands up and continue to push him back.
So that'll move Dakota Wesleyan up to their own 40. Lee one-hop that one to the outside, incomplete.
You see, sometimes it looks like Lee might, little hands. He struggles to hold the ball sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't even have the laces. But Dakota Wesleyan's got to get chunks. They got to start working at getting chunks because they don't want to waste any of their timeouts here. They got to get down the field, get a score, and give themselves a chance still to be in this game.
Hand off to Aaron. Found some space on the left side. Leaps over the 45. It'll be third down.
Yeah, the hard part, you can do that. You can get yards, but a lot of times it's 5 to 6 yards, and it's going to eat a lot of clock when you do it. Ideally, you want to try to get 10 to 12-yard chunks.
Third and 4. Swinging out to Nelson. And Keil Nelson can't elude a host of Dakota State defenders.
Yeah, and he had nowhere to go. It was a design call to Keil to get him the ball out in space. There was 2 defenders waiting for him right there.
Number 0, Keil Nelson. Loss of a yard on the play, 4th and 5.
Midway through this fourth quarter now, 2-score game. Offense looks like it's staying on the field for now.
Fourth down, fans.
We're going to have a timeout here.
Yeah, really a tough situation here. You know, not having this is where that first game, not having that go-to play, that play that you've repped out that you know, hey, in this situation, we know we can get the 5 yards. You don't have confidence in that right now, so you start to question, you go back and forth, and then all of a sudden you're like, Coach, we need a call. Well, the call is going to be timeout here, fellas. We got to call timeout because we need this down. This down is the most important one right now.
7:09 to go, 27-12. Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan. And remember, the Tigers got it within 2 early in the fourth quarter, missed on the 2-point conversion to tie the game, but some big special teams plays have allowed Dakota State to extend its lead to the largest it's been all game long. Trojans have won 5 straight in this series. And that includes all 4 iterations with the Chamber of Commerce Traveling Trophy. And Lee and the offense are back out on the field. So it'll be 4th and 5 at their own 45-yard line. Lee, quick hitter, pass is caught, it's a first down. Deep into Dakota State territory, wonderful play design as they get the first down, and who else but Jamin Aaron out of the backfield.
Yeah, and now we got a flag too. You just got to hope Dakota Wesleyan, this isn't on them. But the biggest thing is if it's on Dakota State, not only are they going to get an additional 15, but it stops the clock too. And that's Coach Simple's got to have the next call ready. Actually, he should have 2 calls ready, and he's got to start to think we got to get to that end zone and attack. He still has time, but you got to start to think about, hey, we still got to get a stop. We want to have the option to where we don't have to onside kick, too.
Defense, number 3, 15-yard penalty added to the dead ball spot, automatic first down.
We get Gustavo Bonilla with a little excess activity when Aaron was on the ground on the sideline. So as you mentioned, the play, add 15.
Yeah. Now he's got to know the clock will start here, so they got to be ready. Get up there, let's get going here.
Now the ball will be 1st and 10 Tigers at the Trojan 15-yard line.
They're already inside the red zone. Lee, pass is caught. Inside the 5-yard line goes Keil Nelson.
Yeah, and a nice route. This is what's called a whip route. You fake like you're going out on the quick out, and then you plant your right foot and you circle back in. You'll see, sticks it in the ground, comes right back in. Nice job by Keil. I think we're really seeing a progression of a quarterback turning into a quality receiver.
And speaking of quarterback, it's Keil Nelson who's lined up in shotgun right now. Austin Lee went to the sidelines. So here's Nelson on the direct snap, trying to run it up the middle. Bit of a dog pile there. Did he get into the end zone? Yes, he did. Touchdown.
Wow, you love the effort. I don't love the personnel package there. Hey, put Aaron at quarterback. If you're going to go Wildcat, put the guy that's best with the ball in his hands. But Keil Nelson, fantastic effort, finds a way to get in, and all of a sudden now, we got a game again because there's over 6 minutes left.
There you go. Nelson with the snap.
Keil Nelson with the Dakota Wesleyan touchdown.
27-18.
Well, they don't have a holder, so that's a problem for them. You know, and how
you got 10 seconds on the play clock.
You cannot afford a tie. Just take the penalty, if anything, right here.
Play clock winding down. They get it off. The extra point is good.
Yeah.
So a little fraught, but it ends up working out, and it's back to an 8-point game with 6.5 to go.
Yeah, and now you have time to kick off. You can kick off. You hate that you had to use your second timeout. That kind of puts some limitations. But you can kick off and play defense here. The first thing he's saying is, guys, we got to make a tackle. We got to make a tackle. Cannot give him a big play on the return here.
Foster is going back out for Dakota State, who returned the last kickoff for a touchdown, and I'm going to guess that ball is going to be nowhere near his vicinity.
Well, I think the bigger thing, you say, hey, everyone stay in their lanes. The penalty by Gustavo was big. I mean, that gave them an additional 15. Gustavo's the same one that we saw hit Keil on the fumbled punt snap. He got lucky there, and this time he got one that cost him. But all of a sudden you see Dakota State a little more flat on their sidelines, a little more life in Dakota Wesleyan.
(27-19) Dakota State over Dakota Wesleyan. 6 minutes and 33 seconds to go.
Well, you're either going to get a squib kick or an onside here. The way the kicker has the ball here, he's going to try maybe a dribbler going, or just a squib kick that's going to hopefully bounce off one of the front line guys. As you can see how he has the ball on the tee there.
It is Jackson Patrick, a true freshman. See how he approaches this kick. Well, he actually does kick it deep. Yeah. It's Foster again. Tamarian Foster bouncing it to the outside. Tamarian Foster past the 40. I'm a little surprised he didn't get a touchdown, but he still got a great return.
Yeah, I'm surprised they would try like that pooch kick. And you're right, Tim. I'm surprised that they did that, and then I'm surprised we didn't get a holding call here. You'll see as he bounces outside, and he comes around right there again. But they make the tackle. You got to move on. One thing I always tell players, though, when you think you got held, if you just stop, you'll never get the call. You got to continue to fight through it to show the umpire or the referee that it really has impacted the play. I think Dakota State's found a kick returner, though.
I would venture to say that's probably
he might be their, on offense, a third down back sometimes, too.
1st and 10 for Zach Brooks and the Trojans. Here's Tice Ortman. Haven't heard his name in a while. He gets stood up and only gets a couple.
And this is where Dakota Wesleyan's saying, we're going to take some chances. We're going to play some man-to-man defense. We're going to bring more guys down in the box. Our safeties, if they're back deep, they're going to be attacking downhill hard. And Brooks, if you want to make a big throw, then we'll tip our hat to you.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for the top Trojans.
2nd and 8 for Dakota State, just shy of midfield. Ball was on the turf for a little bit, but I believe Brooks was able to get it back.
Yeah, and it's the same thing where they tried to go zone read. Dakota Wesleyan takes Ortman takes Ortman away. Brooks has to keep it. He fumbles, but he's able to run ahead for a few yards. See, it's a zone read. He's reading the defensive end. He should give. There's no one there to make him have to keep. Then he's able to get those positive yards, though, off of it.
3rd and 5, just past midfield. Brooks going up top, looking for Hybertson. Incomplete. Great throw.
Yeah, great throw, but really a tough throw. I mean, it's 3rd and 4. Dakota Wesleyan goes man-to-man, and you throw the toughest throw, the small window to the sideline. You see the blitz they bring. I mean, that's difficult. That's really tough, but a beautiful pass, though. Yeah, you just love to maybe get an out route, something that you could get him on the run against man coverage. But big stop for Dakota Wesleyan here. They got to watch the ball right here, though. This is a great time to go a dummy cadence.
Punt is away. Big high kick. Rusink calls for the fair catch at the 15-yard line. Well, here we go. 4:45 to go. Dakota Wesleyan has to go 85 yards for the score and get the 2 to tie.
It couldn't have worked out any better for Dakota Wesleyan than what happened, though. To get them a 3 and out and not even give up a first down, to have 4:45 here and a timeout, they can do a lot of things. They could still look at running the ball some here, too.
And Jamin Aaron has been the workhorse. He's got more than 100 yards in this ball game.
There's no doubt, though, I'm finding ways to get Aaron or Keil Nelson the ball. They've been the 2 hottest players. I don't know if it's their best players, but they've been really good tonight for their offense.
And a high snap over the head of Lee. And Lee has to fall out in the end zone for a safety. So add 2 points to the scoreboard for Dakota State.
Well, it's just so demoralizing because it just, now you go from 8 to 10.
Of course, that makes it a 2-possession ball game. They have to punt to Dakota State now. And so, yeah, just some bad snaps.
One of the things they added in the indoor league for us now, they have what's called the deuce rule. Last minute of each half, you can kick off, and if you make it through the uprights, it's 2 points. I really thought, boy, it's a gimmicky thing. But as we had it this year, how it incorporates this opportunity that you still got hope. And it really, you saw a lot of teams actually pay off with making it and added a lot of excitement to the game. Here now, they've got to think, we got an onside kick because we 2 possessions here. We got to get the ball. And people that are, he really had no chance on that snap. That thing was a rocket going back there.
See how Jackson Patrick approaches this ball.
Well, you never like to see this. I never understand why you wouldn't call a timeout when you're running players out of there.
They just kick it deep. That is a live football.
Yep.
Foster able to pick it up. Flag comes in. He gets tackled just shy of the 20.
Well, and I think that the field position off of the safety is what predicated Coach Semple to opt to kick it deep here. His thought probably is we got to try to create a turnover, get a quick score, then onside kick. Really when you think about it, we got to try to get as many possessions as possible. An onside kick right there probably was needed.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 81. Half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. 1st and 10, Dakota State.
Oh, they got to be like crazed animals going for the ball here.
Following the penalty, the Trojans 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
Penalty on Hyberts in there. Yeah, Dakota State, they're backed up inside their own 10. So as you mentioned, Dakota Wesleyan, they got to go all out at this point.
You know who's getting the ball here.
Brooks sneaks up under center. Tries to push the pile forward, but Dakota Wesleyan's not fooled. But what it does do is keep the clock moving.
It does, and that's really the most important thing. Dakota State wants to get some yards, but more importantly, that clock is their best friend right now because of the 2 possessions. Sometimes, though, a play like that right there, it's different than how you've ran your offense all game. You don't want to try to outthink yourself. Just get the ball in the best player on your offense and let him run this clock out.
2nd and 10 at their own 8. Brooks kept it himself. Didn't really get much. Be 3rd down.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's 3rd down, and their best runner has not touched the ball yet. I think they're going to learn going back and watching film that the zone read is a play they should be running sparingly in their offense, and they need to make sure that Ortman is making – he's the guy running with the ball. Don't let the defense dictate it. Let us control who's going to have it.
Third and 8. He's going to pass. Will step up and get taken down, so Dakota Wesleyan does its job and stops him.
Yeah, and they really should use their timeout right here. Yeah, and they do. Yeah, nice call by Coach. Well, maybe they don't have to because the player's injured.
And that is Brooks, and he's grabbing that right hamstring.
But you just, that's tough. You know, you got him running. It looks like he's got a cramp there.
Timeout for an injured player.
Get a look here at what happened to Brooks.
Boys, Dakota State really got lucky. I mean, 2 of those plays, even actually all 3 of them, are awkward, unusual plays with the guy running with the ball that's not used to running with the ball. They're lucky they didn't get a fumble or anything to help Dakota Wesleyan out there. Now, you were asking about a block. This is a great time right here. Let's dial one up. Let's get a block and create instant back into this game excitement.
Brooks appears to be in somewhat decent spirits as he's on the ground, so you're right, it's probably a cramp of some sort. But nevertheless, as you said, you know, Dakota State playing a bit of a dangerous game with their play calling.
Yeah, I thought that was a terrible series for Dakota State. I mean, they had a chance to, maybe you don't get a first down, but you grind down that Dakota Wesleyan defense to where the guys are like, by the time they get the ball with, you know, maybe 2 minutes, a minute 50, they have no hope. And Ortman has made them pay, and he never touched the ball once that entire series.
So 4th down, 2:55 to go.
Well, and the kicker's a lefty, so you want to really come heavy on that side. He's gonna step to.
And they do wind the clock. It was an injury timeout, and they nearly got to him. Fair catch, and they're going to have excellent field position at Dakota State's 40.
Yeah. And they want to go here. They want chunk plays. They can't be throwing 4 or 5 yard passes. They got to get first downs to stop the clock, get ready for the next play, and they got to get a touchdown.
And with that injury timeout, they just do still have that one timeout in their pocket should they need it.
Now, if they use a lot of clock, then they'll have to make the decision if they get in range, do we take the field goal, then try the onside kick, and then try a Hail Mary?
1st and 10 at Dakota State's 38-yard line. 2.5 minutes to go. Lee on the run. Pass is caught near the sidelines. Out of bounds at the 35-yard line goes Keil Nelson.
Yeah, and people might wonder, God, why is he throwing that 4 yard? They were trying to get a receiver behind the corner. The corner dropped back, and so Lee does a nice job immediately. Kill the ball, let him get out of bounds, and let's move on to the next play.
2nd and 6. Bit of a bobbled snap from Lee. Lee over the top. That one's nearly intercepted. He was throwing the nothing but Navy.
Yeah, it was really a blind, sloppy throw there by him. He's been pretty accurate tonight. You know, it's always why DBs, we always say, well, that's a PBU, you know, pass breakup. But, I mean, you got to catch that. They moved the defense because they can't play receiver, so they get moved over to the defensive side. That's one he'd love to have back there.
3rd and 6. Lee. Another reception for Nelson. He goes out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. It's a first down, and now that we're under 2 minutes, it stops the clock.
Yeah, and if they're going to give you that, keep taking that. And if you feel like they're playing kind of tight, then do a stutter and go and give Nelson a chance to go up and get it one-on-one.
On the Trojan 23-yard line.
Lee rolling out. That one nearly
should have been picked off. Yeah, he waited way too long. You and I had a perfect angle. You could just see the line. It was like slow motion, him running under that.
His pass incomplete. Broken up by number 45, Moody Shake. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
And that's always that thing where the receiver's waiting. You know something bad's going to happen.
Yeah, Moody Shake had reservations for 6, but couldn't quite hold on to it. 1:37 left. Lee fires, caught inside the 10-yard line. Momentary stop of the clock as they move the chains.
Yeah, they got to have a play called right now. The key to that play was pass protection. That play took forever. They had an under route with 2 digs behind it. He had to hold the ball a long time.
1st and goal. Lee going up top, incomplete. He was looking for Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson's exhausted. You could tell he wasn't expecting the ball, and he ran a terrible route, too. That was a route of, I'm really tired here. You watch him. He's not expecting the ball, and then he just slows down right there. That's where Lee's got to have a signal, something to tell Keil, hey, I'm coming here right here.
2nd and goal. Lee tries to avoid the rush. Stops, fires, intercepted. And that will end the ball game. Yeah. Big number 90, Caleb Dwyer, got his paws up.
Caleb Dwyer, Roosevelt kid. Yeah, there's one thing we can say for sure with Lee is rolling to his left. That's where he's really got to work on the decision making, because that's where he's made his worst decisions. Rolling out to the left, feeling like he's got to make a play. Just throw that away, live to see another down there.
Yeah, give proper credit, Cody Brown on the interception.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
98 and 90 look the same from up here, but either way, Lee with just a poor decision.
Yeah, and he had Keil right away. Aaron gives him a nice block, but just get rid of the ball. Throw it away. Let's come back that next down. He'll learn from that. That'll be something, Coach Semple is going to work heavily on with him.
Brooks and the Trojans will just kneel it out.
You always love the victory formation.
Looks like Dakota Wesleyan will use their final timeout.
5 seconds on the game clock. 1:05.
They reset the clock to 1:05, but it's merely academic at this point. And unless something goes haywire, we will officially have 42 more points in this game than we did in last year's game, where it was only 6-0. It'll be a 29-19 final. Dakota State, good offense in the first half. Second half, they get a kickoff return, and then they got a short field on their other touchdown. So even with the win, definitely some things that Josh Anderson can point to as differences between how they executed in the first and the second half.
Yeah, and I think, they kind of got away from the identity, and that being Ortman. The second half, they really did not give the ball much to him, and I think they'll go back and look at that. He's got to be the key to their success. Likewise, Dakota Wesleyan, I think second half came out and played much more balanced. It's just their special teams were catastrophic for them.
Final seconds will tick away. And for the 6th straight time in the series and the 5th straight time with the Chamber of Commerce Champions Cup, Dakota State tops Dakota Wesleyan. Your final score in this one, 29-19. Trojans 1-0 to start the season. Tigers 0-1. And as you mentioned, Curtis, there's stuff for both sides to take away, both good and bad.
Yeah, I think both teams got to walk away feeling, you know what, I think we're better than we thought we might be. And I thought both teams played a cleaner game than what we might have expected for the first game of the season. Hardly any penalties. That's something that you definitely got to feel like, hey, camp, we did a good job being disciplined. And then the other thing is you start to identify, here's our playmakers, here's the things we're good at, here's the things we're not so good at. Let's get rid of those, and let's build off that.
29-19 is your final here from Madison, South Dakota. Tice Ortman, 2 touchdowns in his Dakota State debut. And that powers the Trojans to a 10-point victory over the Tigers, 29-19. We will wrap it all up after this on Midco Sports.
Living with less pain means living at your best. But an action-packed life can wear your body down. Avera Orthopedics keeps you moving, with total joint replacements for pain you don't have to live with. Find relief with the region's largest orthopedic physician team of specialized surgeons, so you can keep moving forward. Avera, moving health forward.
This football season is going to be intense. We really do great things on Varsity Sports Live. And no matter who you root for, we've got you covered.
For more coverage and more fun, watch the